The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome, League of Puzzle Speedrunners Winter Minor Tournament. This year is Dr. Mario 64. I am Tetris Attacker. I'm going to be your host here, and this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. This is going to be great. We got a lot of people participating, and we are going to have a blast rocking some Dr. Mario 64 and getting into a mode that a lot of even seasoned players aren't as familiar with. Let's go for a ride. Gonna take a couple things here, a couple notes as we get started. Everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Again, as mentioned, I am Tetris Attacker. You can call me TA, and I am a minor tournament organizer, and we are going to walk through a few things here before we get started. Big shout-outs also to Cards of the Heart, our head tournament organizer, working the tech in the background. But before we go too far, we have a quick explainer video that we're going to kick to and do a little bit of quick explanation of what it is we're doing here, and in case you're unfamiliar with the game.
Dr. Mario 64 is a tile-matching puzzle game released for the Nintendo 64 in April 2001 in North America and in Japan in February 2003 as part of the Nintendo Puzzle Collection. It has since been re-released on the Nintendo Switch Online service. The third official game in the series, this iteration maintained the classic formula with an updated look and game modes. 2 color capsules drop in from above, and players flip and position these capsules to create lines of 4 or more of the same color, either horizontally or vertically. In Versus and Story mode, combos and chains result in falling half-block garbage sent to the opponent's side of the field. The first player to remove all viruses from the field or to leave the opponent with no available space for a capsule to drop wins the round. In this tournament, players will be racing through one-player versus story mode in 8 stages. First player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. Best of luck to all of our players.
All right, folks, as mentioned, we're going to be taking a little bit of a mode that may be unfamiliar to some of you and putting a spotlight on it. Here in League of Puzzle Speedrunners, we do love our story mode formats. We are going to be going through story mode easy, and as a few of our players have mentioned, this game mode may sound easy, but it necessarily, we'll throw some curveballs at people's way. We're going to do 3 qualifying races here today. Our minor tournaments tend to follow this format where everybody's all in one big group race for a couple of them. Our winners of every race are going to advance. They're going to make it into that final 4 for our bracket. The 4th seed will be the fastest time from someone who didn't win a race. Just to clarify, winner of race 1 is then not eligible to win race 2, etc. So even if they finish first in race 3, they're only there to improve their time for their seeding. So we are going to be keeping track of that for you as we go along the way. Once we hit our bracket stage, we'll be keeping with easy mode, but we'll do some best of 3 and best of 5. And we will blaze through this all here today, so buckle up. We're here to go through all this action in one of our one-day tournaments here. It's going to be a lot of great fun. We are playing on Dr. Mario 64. Nintendo Puzzle Collection has access to it. Also, a few of our players are going to be playing on Switch, Nintendo Switch Online access to Dr. Mario 64 as well. The game gives you option to play as Dr. Mario or Wario. Seeing as there's no issue between them on gameplay, we're letting them play on whichever one. And you got to go through every stage. One note for those who follow some of our other action puzzle games, Dr. Mario 64 has a bit of a additional rule you might not be familiar with. You can't pause during a stage and then continue the stage. So if you see a player running and you see them pause and then restart the stage for some reason, that's not necessarily because they didn't like what they were seeing, though it could be. Some of them will use that strategy, but it's if they pause, they have to start the stage back over. So we are following the leaderboard rules here, and we are heading through stage 8. So Rudy's going to be our final boss of our stages today. Got quite the crew here. We are rocking 12 or 11 runners, as the case may be. I think we're actually missing a late entry here who snuck his way in at the very last second in tie. But a lot of participants from the tournaments that you might have seen from our Tetris Tac or Pokemon Puzzle League tournaments crossing over here, and a good number of the Dr. Mario community popping in to enjoy this. As a couple people have put it, anime crossover event type of deal. So this should be a lot of fun. So we are going to need a couple quick minutes on setup, getting a couple technical things here put together. So stay tuned for the action. We will be right back. All right, got the technical issues sorted out, and here we are getting set up for race 1. You'll note over on the side we've got ourselves a standings leaderboard here. That will update after each subsequent race, so we can keep track of who's got the best non-winning time, so we can figure out that wild card slot. That'll help us with seeding from those first 3 winners as well. So something that we'll be updating. Keep an eye out there. We'll also be mixing up featured racers here on the main screen here at the moment. We've got a couple here: Zeplander, DM Hero, Floyd, and Swang. Racers are being let know we are ready. As soon as everyone's readied up, we are going to be going away with this. So we've got a couple more people to ready up, and we are going to take it away. All right. Most of that room is ready and up. We see everyone here on stream got their cues all set, ready to start hurling some multivitamins. Remember, in game lore, they are not pills; they are capsules. They are multivitamins. The game, for those not familiar with Dr. Mario 64, it did add a bit of lore to the Dr. Mario world. Some of it was known or implied from, those NES, world games where they had, the most of the information was there on the side with a manual or something along those lines. Yeah. This one added it into the game, as, happened with a lot of 64 games. So these are multivitamins. We are almost there. Almost everyone readied up. Action's about to begin. Oh, got the chat breaking out the memes. Let's go. Pointed out here. We are, as pointed out in the chat, we are double checking DM Hero and Floyd's stream capture windows that do look suspiciously similar. Like we may have accidentally grabbed the wrong one, but it looks like we might be good here. Wanted to make sure we didn't grab the wrong one. Appreciate chat keeping an eye out on that stuff. By the way, we are readied up. Everyone's ready to go. We should be seeing everyone away at the gates here to start here shortly. And away we go. Okay. A little bit of a different stream delay on each one. Unfortunately, the nature of Twitch, that's a little bit inevitable, but we will see some of that. Pretty much no matter what we do, but we will be having official times over in the sides, and your finishes should be pretty darn close. You'll see a couple of the racers. I'll point you up towards the top left on DM Hero to start here. Really making sure that, you know, taking advantage of the fact that you've got different options available to drop things in sideways, tuck them in around, even when those don't always hit exactly where you want to. The adjustments can be made. That horizontal is something that new players certainly are a little bit more hesitant to go for. But there is plenty of options in horizontal land to grab something, especially when you've got a big stack tower that you end up on top. And sometimes that's a good strategy when you're down to the last few, is make sure you burn some of those capsules in a way that's out of your way and landing where you want them to. Versus mode, it brings a little bit of a new wrinkle to the game here. In traditional, game modes that you might see, or how you might have played, especially the older versions of Dr. Mario, you're going to get a lot of your own strategy, and you're building it out, and you're putting everything together, and essentially the only thing that gets in the way is the capsule RNG and then your own misplacements. Well, the new wrinkle here is that this is a versus mode. We are playing on a story mode. That's how we play. Because we like RNG and we like AIs really ruining our days, I guess. So here we are with the possibility of those AI from the other side dropping garbage on us. Not just us dropping garbage on them. Nice crush kill over there on DM Hero's side, bringing that up to the top of the side on the opponents. A couple of them already here in stage 3. We got Floyd kind of, as far as our featured runners, really getting flying through here a bit. So you have to adjust a little bit, knowing that things could be falling down from above on you that don't have anything to do with your own mistakes. You have to adjust for that. You have to know that vertical, even though the most intuitive, might not always be the way to go if you can get easily ruined by the wrong color falling somewhere. That's something that newer runners often struggle with here in these versus modes, just because it's a bit of an adjustment if all you're used to is what falls from your capsules only. A lot of good setups here. As noted, you are also given the advantage of dropping garbage on the other side. And in easy mode, it can be a bit punishing when garbage drops. Something that you'll see a lot of these runners trying to do is minimizing fall time from those extra bits of capsule. So anything that you do that then has to fall, a couple spots, it takes up some time. The whole screen takes up a lot, and that's why garbage, especially laden around, can really be punishing, because it has to fall all the way from the top to wherever it lands. And if you're down at the very bottom, it can take a long time. The flip side to that is that you can make your AI opponents really have to sit around and wait while you can get stuff done. And if they're having to wait for garbage to fall, they can't throw more garbage at you. So sometimes the best defense is a good offense here in this game mode, where you can really pin the opponent down, make sure that they don't have as much time. These early stages, that's not going to matter as much. They'll get the occasional drop. Nice, I think the term I was told it gets used there is a log, a 2x4 over there on DM Hero side down at the bottom with that double blue. But that's something that you're gonna see, especially in the later stages. Certainly by the time you get to stage 8 on Rudy, where a couple players will get pinned down with a bunch of garbage coming from those AI opponents, just really keeping them from being able to do anything, because they'll chain a few of them together. And if you can do that the other way around and keep the AI trapped, then you can really capitalize on that time. You see a couple different times here, Floyd really doing quite well at getting those setups to tuck a capsule in underneath and really get as much coverage as possible. You need 4 in a row, but a lot of the times getting 5 in a row is much more useful to be able to clear out more off of that board. The early games here, especially with a setup, like look at Floyd's stage here, the setup's not very high, and you can end up in trouble, and certainly a lot higher than you mean to. But what that means is when looking at one of those, a player typically won't try to go for a garbage crush on their opponent when it starts that low. Until, or if, you see the opponent's side really get stacked up on a mistake there, then the tactics may change. Some players are really going to get tunnel vision in and just really get the stage done, clear all your capsules out of the way, and that may still be the right move depending, but that's part of the balance here that you get in a game mode that isn't simply just clear it as fast as you can. It's clear it or mess up your opponent. So you get that option, you get that angle that we know and love in our other puzzle games. We certainly get a fair bit of that in Tetris Stack or Pokemon Puzzle League, of having to read the opponents. You will see a few quick kills that way, where really high starts may lead to a big flurry of combos that might be slightly less optimal as far as clearing goes, but is more optimal as far as throwing just loads of garbage at the opponent and hoping that they land in such a way that you can get out of that stage quicker before you even have to deal with some of the lower viruses down in the bottom section. Really getting some speed over here. Floyd is, from what we see here, probably in the lead to win this first race. Though, as noted, we do have 11 racers and not all of them are featured here. So we will have to see as everything shakes loose where we are. But Floyd putting on a clinic so far, getting into stage 7. This is really where the AI starts to behave a little bit differently. A lot of our action puzzle games, you have AI behaviors that really do change as the runs go on. And the easy mode here in Dr. Mario 64, this is kind of the break point between stage 6 and stage 7, and then stage 8 can really get punishing on you as far as the ability and the prioritization of the AI. They really start putting a lot of emphasis on just spamming garbage on you at the worst times, and they'll switch priority too. The AI will start off with a little bit of spam and will start clearing as it can, and then we'll go through and just be able to knock out a bunch of garbage on you if you get too many viruses ahead. All right, watching here, we are working our way through. We do not have a on-stream timer for everybody, but we are approaching the 8.5-minute mark for just about everybody here. This is when some of the fastest runners will start to finish, but this last stage 8, again, League of Puzzle Speedrunners, we have a bunch of people who really like RNG messing up our days. As usual, final boss of puzzle game modes often will be the worst RNG source, and that's what we've got here. We've got a very aggressive AI who will often just do all sorts of things just to burn time, just to keep you from being able to finish as quickly as possible, and that's certainly something that we've got. Floyd up there in the top right, doing a lot of work here, has certainly opted for let me clear all this out as quickly as possible type of strategies. Rudy's looking kind of high as far as garbage goes, but is going to clear that out just fine. Swung over here also on Rudy, looks like DM Hero is as well. Zeplander is on stage 7 and doing some good work there with a little bit of high stacks, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a crush kill it also. Again, the opting for clearing your own blocks is really working out here. Swang is done. Floyd is done. Both of them finishing very tight timing with each other. Just real close. Looks like we've got a couple other finishes coming in from the board here. Floyd, it looks like, yes, Floyd did take that one first. 9-minute 43-second RTA time. Quick note as well, the RTA times are listed, but when you are on the actual official leaderboard, they do use in-game timer. So that 8:05 there on Floyd's is the time that would show up on the Dr. Mario leaderboard. We're using RTA for the tournament here today for ease of, keeping track. So Floyd right there, finishing out, winning the first race by a mere 5 seconds over Swang. Taking that first race and taking that slot in the qualifier. Take a live look over here at Six, who drops in just for us to see his finish screen as he took Rudy out over there in that top right. Finishing up there strong. Getting updates here on that standings board. Floyd with the first finish. Swang, Ibar. Looks like we've got Six finishing up. Zeplander's coming in close. Let's see how much more that's going to take to finish. Rudy here, we've got a finish up there from DM Hero. Got a few more coming our way here, certainly with some of the other runners. All right, we had some tight finishes there. Zep and DM Hero are both done. Officially in the race time room, that was essentially a tie at the same time there. Working on getting times updated on that piece. Got a lot of action going on at the top. A lot of pretty tight, cluster there from our top 6 runners, all within a couple minutes of each other. And those are going to be the names to watch over our second and third qualifying races. But as mentioned, that 4th wildcard qualifier is the best non-winning time. So any one of our runners who may have ended up with a little bit of, bad RNG, or simply, strike gold and get, an accidental quick kill, perhaps, could possibly be that qualifier. All they need is one good run. So that's going to be interesting to watch as we go through the next couple races. Tayman up there on that top left corner, being added in there just in time to see him with a nice finish there, clearing that out. Very well done from Tayman. Scrambling through to grab his dot done over there and finish that out. Let's see. I think we've got at least one. Yep, race chat. He confirmed 6 did drop a PB in there. So he's playing quite well. A lot of our League of Puzzle Speedrunners, regular participants in your action puzzle or your Tetris Stack and PPL tournaments are a little bit less polished, I will say, at these Dr. Mario runs. And we have a few players in here who are more Dr. Mario specialists, and to see a good mix in here between those, and Six really put himself near up the top, is great to see. Got a good mix of players here. Switched views there on a couple of those lower screens. We got Octo Oil and Gamer, both in the late stages here, battling through. Octo in a pretty good spot, just needing to get a little bit more, a few more viruses taken care of here. No crazy pillars or anything, but no imminent AI kill either. So gonna have to clear out the last few. Gamer over here on stage 7, a little bit of a tower there on the left side, but looks like is able to deal with that with some slide-ins. Gotta be careful there. Oh, and a nice little combo on that vertical tower drop to be able to clear that out. That was a good view to be able to get that and make sure that he was aware that there was the yellow to red chain to be able to get out of that. Dropping in Ty up here in the top left corner, really working his way through on stage 3. A few of our runners, like I said, a little bit less familiar with this game, but certainly enjoying getting a little bit better. May have a little mix-up on Ty's side over there. It looks like he may be on normal mode instead of easy mode, so that may be a bit of a reason for his struggles here getting through. Certainly a contributing factor. Octo Oil with the nice finish there at 1450. Just a couple more runners here. I like being smart up in the top right corner. Really, really getting some work in there. On that stage 7. Got some good setups here, certainly for some combo chains. And of course the unfortunate garbage block over there, that blue dropping in on that top left corner that she was setting up for the red to yellow chaining there. Gonna have to find a way to work around that, maybe from the bottom up with those blues. Gamer over there on stage 8, in a good setup here, has put a fair amount of garbage over there on Rudy's side of the board. Get that AI really pinned down, and is down to just a couple of viruses, just 2 left. Looks like should be finishing up here soon. And all right, we are sitting on just Nicole, and I think Ty is going to... We'll see what Ty does here. Nicole's finishing up, getting over here into stage 8, making some noise in as far as dropping things down here to start the stage off. Really putting in some interesting angles here to get some setups. I think it might be a little bit hesitant, as a lot of newer runners tend to be, as far as doing extensive setups when on these later stages, because, as I mentioned, the AIs can really start to shower you with just loads and loads of garbage. Though, to be fair, that's a specific set of garbage that just got sent on her all happened to land on the right color. You do love to see when that happens. These are randomly generated garbage block colors, so sometimes they fall right where you need them. And again, actually, twice in a row. That's fantastic. I love it. So doing some setup over here, but really focusing in on just getting it done, getting things moving, and not leaving herself in a position to really get hit by a massive amount of trolling if the garbage lands in the wrong place, which is not a bad spot to be. Ty did officially drop that race out because he was running normal and likely would not have finished for a while. Gonna set up and pop in, make sure he's on easy mode for the next race here. So we are just waiting on Nicole to finish here, and she is finishing strong indeed. A player who runs a lot of non-traditional for our community options. Our reigning minor tournament champion, Wario's Woods expert over here, so is familiar with a little bit different setups that aren't just your panel flip Tetris Attack or PPL, and has mentioned a couple times this week as she's been practicing that it's a concept that she should be understanding, and certainly has already improved a fair amount. But this game is not one that you pick up one day and immediately know. As with all good puzzle games, really quickly you learn it, and then it takes hours upon hours and a lifetime to really feel like you're ever any good at it. And even then, the game really sometimes decides to make you feel like you're not good at it, even when you are one of the experts. We've had more than a few experts in all of our different games really say the same thing, that the game sometimes just decides, nope, don't care how good you are. We're just gonna really get in your way. A little bit of an interesting predicament she's gotten herself into over here, but working her way through. Kind of got this tower stack, and is at the same virus count as the AI over there. Just got another one cleared out, but really has some digging to do to get over into that bottom right corner for a lot of the remaining viruses here. Meanwhile, the AI is kind of casually setting things up and might be able to get through a lot of this a lot more quickly, depending on what it ends up prioritizing. Like I said, the priority from the AI does shift to attack mode when you're far enough ahead in virus count. And now that a lot of that's set up, Nicole's really going to want to try and get those last couple before too much starts falling. There's a little bit of it. And, oh, okay, the crush kill. Didn't even give her the satisfaction of clearing the board. Saved her the couple extra seconds. We like to see that right at about 20 minutes, which is right in the target range she was talking about getting. Right where we want to see. And there we go, first race in the books. Definitely a lot of quick action from a lot of our players who maybe even weren't as comfortable or familiar with this game just a few weeks ago, who've all really made some strides as far as putting together some great times here. Again, congrats to Floyd, who has punched a ticket to that bracket. We've got a couple more players who have some work to do, but we got 2 more races to do it in. Runners reacting with each other in the race room as we get ready for the next one, but definitely definitely getting ready. Nicole, I hope you don't hate me for this, but I have to call. This is fantastic. And Six, our resident pun master, has made it even better. Getting so excited and so tripped up on typing out .done in the chat room. I like being smart. Accidentally typed .doe, D-O-E. So of course, what does Six say? .deer. So there we go. I'm surprised singing didn't erupt, but you know, we're talking about you know, people typing out, but still fantastic. Runs from everybody. Love to see memeing already being thrown around, and everybody getting ready for the next race here. Chat singing along. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right, everyone's getting set up for race number 2 here. We are getting all set. So a reminder, Floyd has punched that ticket, but will be in the next race here, and our race 2 winner will also be in race 3. Again, already in, can't re-qualify, but the seeding in that final bracket is determined by race times. So is going to be racing essentially just to improve that time and hopefully grab that 1 seed in our little 4-person bracket. The 2 and the 3 seed should be a much tighter match in general. So obviously a 1 seed get to face the 4, that wildcard player, would probably be favorable. Everybody's getting ready over here for race 2. Setting up on our board, a feature board here to start race 2. Top left, we got Ty. Top right, we've got Six. Bottom left, Octo Oil, and bottom right, Ibar. Taking a look at the standings over here on the side, Ibar is certainly very close. Was within 20 seconds of Floyd on that finish, 3rd place finish from last race. Six was also within a minute of that finish. Certainly a threat to get in there with a good time and some good RNG. As with many of our puzzle games, you can get as skilled as you want, but we love that randomness. So getting within the patented margin of RNG, or that margin of randomness, to be able to take a swing at perhaps a win, or at very least 6 is sitting pretty for the wildcard slot. We'll see how this shakes out as we go. Racers are readying up. Everyone's getting ready to jump into this one. A couple of those racers in that 5 to 9 range, especially, really wanting to put some times up. Ty over there in that top left needs to put a time on the board now that he's logged on to easy mode. Wouldn't be the first time in League of Puzzle Speedrunner history that someone had the wrong mode. I'm not speaking from experience. Yes, I am. Certainly had some interesting wrong mode shenanigans a few tournaments back on my part, when my L button on my controller broke, so I couldn't activate the code for V hard. So that got a lot of fun. Everybody's readied up. Everybody's raring to go. Race is about to begin, and away we go on race 2. Let's do this. Noting down there on Ibar's side, as one of the potential winners for this race, based solely on race 1 results, since that's what we're looking at. Good setup there. As noted before, you want to minimize drop time waste when you're dealing with one of these setups here. You don't want your capsules to have to drop as long of a way. But early on, you can see, definitely familiar and comfortable with this game. Ibar is setting up a couple different scenarios where, hey, there's a little bit more drop time now, but setting up down the road. And that forward planning is really a lot more difficult to put together for newer runners. Not afraid to get up near the top there once you're down the last few. And you saw as well, Ibar really prioritizing getting the lower virus cleared first, so that last virus cleared was up near the top. And as soon as the last one's cleared, the board's done. You don't have to wait for any fall time. So fall time that would have been punishing is negated by leaving it for last. 6 really working way through, and Octo over there on stage 2 as well. Watching 6 set up here, really nice little tuck there, getting that turn right at the right time on that capsule to get it tucked into the right spot. Doing it again over there. Always the technician. 6 is certainly shown in the other games that we play here in the community, that he's got a propensity to really key in on some of those tighter technical advancements. Board vision is a strength of his as well. Not sure if he's got that totally tuned in for this game yet. That's something that's developed over a long time, but you can see that he's definitely learned some of the more precise technical moves and is incorporating them into his play. And that may be definitely part of why he has such a great time from race 1, and maybe looking to repeat that here. Meanwhile, Octo, some great first couple stages already there on stage 3, knocking it out of the park to begin here. You can't finish with a great time unless you have a good first couple stages, or to phrase that differently, as our community member Tayman always says, avoid the bad stages. Well, here you go. You get some early stages, and if you're able to blaze through them, it gives you a little bit more wiggle room on the back end. Octo Oil certainly doing that. Looking around, we've got 6 Ibar and Octo all on that stage 3, and Ty making it out of stage 1 there with a little bit of work, and is able to get it done. Putting together, unfortunately, waiting on a specific capsule there on Octo Oil's side, had the setup, and then wasn't able to make it work with what she had, but it was able to grab. Okay, able to get out of that right there, and actually leaving it about the same time as Ibar into stage 4. Really booking through this early part. Swung, Ibar, DM Hero, all lurking out there trying to really get some of those top times. And Octo Oil definitely keeping up here in the early stages. We'll see how that starts to shake out as the RNG turns up. Maybe not to an 11, but certainly higher than it is as we go. Looking at Ibar's screen one more time here, we are seeing some interesting setups clearing out some things that might have been combo. You can tell that he's not prioritizing putting a lot of combos together, though he definitely is making a few there. Gonna have some drop time anyway, might as well turn it into something. But is really prioritizing efficient clearing, and that's something that a lot of runners of this game, especially ones who are used to the classical game modes, are going to prioritize, because that's been their bread and butter, and that certainly served them well and will serve them well here. I mean, look at the time that was just put up going through here. But that's also something that you will see a few runners who might not come from a specialist background of Dr. Mario. They may go for some more, we'll say, risky AI kill strats that take a little bit more of a different slant and approach. But they're willing to go that way because they're maybe not as confident in their clear speed. Or maybe come from other games where, watching the AI or crushing the AI is a bigger priority. Want to point out, just for aesthetics purposes, that players can choose between Dr. Mario or Wario here in story mode. And you'll notice at a couple of these stages, the AI opponent is actually different on a few of them, depending on which character you choose. Little quirk of the game. The story actually walks through almost everyone in the player roster, split up between those two, just to wrap it into the story a little bit differently. We don't really care too much about lore. Speedrunning, lore is just there to get in the way half the time. But fun little inclusion. So you'll notice that on a few of these stages, where right now you'll see Six and Octo are both on stage 5, but because they're using different players, their opponent AIs are different characters. So that is part of why you'll see that. You'll also note that a squid and an octopus thing, they're not too far from each other. The themes match up roughly. All right, Ibar is really rocketing through these late stages. 5, really starts to ramp it up. 7's when it really hits, and that's when the more experienced players are going to tend to shine. And indeed, that is happening here. Ibar getting some good setups. Really locked himself in. So you want to make sure as you're playing this that you avoid situations where you have to have a specific capsule and you have to wait for it. But smartly, what Ibar did there is, knowing that his preferred setup for that stage would lock into a specific capsule, he did that as early as possible so that he had other things he could work on in the downtime. While he was waiting on that to show up, he put in other places where he was able to go and then just waited for that to show. Late in the match, when you have 6 or less viruses, a lot of the time being locked into a specific capsule can just mean a waiting game where you'll just see a stack of put it all together, trying to get everything, trying to get the one that you need, and just really burning time that way. 6 is over there on stage 6, as he does. Octo Oil on stage 5, still putting a pretty good pace together here, about to advance into stage 6. We've got Swang and DM Hero nipping at the heels of Ibar here as far as potentially winning this race. DM Hero being added up there in the top left is actually on the same stage 7 there with Ibar. This is going to come down real close here at the end for this game 2 win. Putting some good time, some good RNG on both sides here, and it looks like DM Hero might be in a little bit of a lead position here. Indeed, going into stage 8. Again, that final stage 8 is going to be a lot more of the RNG of this scenario here, so not too terribly locked in just because you enter that stage first. It's no Gary, but that last stage does have plenty of RNG, really getting into the lower levels of the virus layout there on DM Hero's side, dropping that red all the way down to the floor to try and take some of those out. Really burning and churning through here, and you'll see Rudy's got a little bit of a high stack there in the middle, but DM Hero is again continuing to prioritize simply clearing and not putting together too much work into garbage on the other side. We'll see. I think the AI is probably going to switch priorities and start dropping as much garbage as possible. And it's going to be on DM Hero to try and get out of here before he gets hit too hard. Ibar's doing pretty good, only a few viruses behind, but may not have enough time to catch up unless some extraordinary RNG happens here. Getting down to the last couple, and a very clean looking screen for DM Hero. There's not going to be a lot that's going to change unless something really big drops from this attack here that Rudy dropped. Nope. Looks like it's going to finish up. Looks like DM Hero's gonna drop in here and finish that one off. And in a time of 9:44, 1 second off of Floyd's time from the first round. How's that for consistency at the top of this particular group? Finishes right next to each other. That puts DM Hero as the second seed in the bracket right now, with Floyd as the first. But right next to each other, just a second and a half faster, and DM Hero would have leapfrogged into that first seeding slot. Ibar was finishing up pretty strong here, had a few things drop not quite into the right place, but able to finish pretty strong and finish second in this group with a 10:38. I'm sorry, 10:28 finish is actually not an improvement over the first time, so not going to improve his wildcard seeding time here. We've got finishes from Swang at 10:38 and Zeplander finishing at 10:49. Look at that. Zeplander improving his standings almost as quick as 6 from the last one. And we didn't have an improvement of time from Ibar or Swang, but we did have an improvement there from Zeplander. Some jockeying as far as that best finishing time for that wildcard spot, really moving around. And wouldn't you know it, we can't go without 5th place being a tie. Six and Floyd both finishing at 11:15, almost in sync. Same as the first race, we had 2 players finish in 5th, pretty much tied as well. Neither one of those is going to be an improvement on their time on that leaderboard standing, but both of them with respectable finishes there. Got a few more racers still working their way through. Gonna switch out a couple of these so we could take a look in on where they're at. We've got I like being smart up there in that top right corner. Octo Oil is on that final stage 8 now, looking to improve on that 14:50 time. I like being smart. Had that 28 from the first round, and is working her way into stage. Oh, took a loss there on stage 6. A little bit of a setback, but working her way into getting through there. Gamer X459 over there on the bottom right in stage 6. Gonna need to really get some good luck and some work through stage 7 and 8 to improve on his time from the first one. Ty returning up there to the top left on stage 4, really working his way through this, and yes, we did check is on easy mode this time, so on the correct game mode is always a plus. Working his way through there. Octo Oil getting a little bit of a setup on that left high side. Not exactly, I think, what she was looking for, but needed to clear some of that out. Gets really tough if those high columns on the sides get a little bit too tall. Getting something squeezed in up at the top there becomes really tough to do, and you kind of have to puncture a hole in the bottom of the column and work your way from the bottom up to get those cleared back out later. And they really can become a problem if you let them get too high. So I don't blame her one bit for dropping those a little bit earlier than I think her initial setup thought might have been. Working some of this in here. Gonna have to dig for those last few viruses, but is in a reasonably good spot as far as where the AI opponent is to not have to worry too much about them finishing first. Most of these easy mode opponents, most of our players are going to be able to finish a virus clear before them. The real danger and loss is getting stacked up too high and losing on a top out on yourself. But if you take long enough, even these easy mode opponents can finish before you. Octo Oil with a finish and an improvement, 1420. I like being smart. She has decided she is done with this one. That stage 6 did not behave and did not treat her well, so a couple of our racers are deciding to let the game have this one, recollect their thoughts and bring it back around for game 3. And certainly that's a nice mental palate cleanser there. Gamer working his way through stage 7 here. Again, like I mentioned, that really high right side pillar is going to make things a little bit interesting. He's going to have to work from the bottom up here. Putting some of that together here, making sure that left side's clear. I think he's doing that so he can use that left side as a dumping ground for any capsule he just doesn't like. See, yeah, right there, he didn't really find a good fit for that blue-yellow and just decided, okay, now I've got a spot where I can leave it and it won't hurt me. Trying to get in and set up something. I think he's going to go for that horizontal yellow to try and get in there. Might have changed mind there a little bit. Not sure what exactly he's searching for. Is he trying to burn time and wait for a double yellow, perhaps? Ty over here made some pretty good time through the last couple stages. Those first few stages really gave him some trouble, but he's made a little bit of work through and progress here and made it into stage 5. And look at that high stack over there from the AI. It's going to take a few more blocks and a couple things are going to fall, especially if he can drop a little bit more. Ty will get a crush kill here. He probably needs to drop one more piece of garbage or that AI might work out of this jam. But it is a really high stack. I don't know if the AI is going to be able to get out of this even without extra garbage. It may take some time, though. Really, the AI is great at finding a way to weasel stuff in and now has a little bit of working room. And you see, even with the really high side stacks, just cleared a bunch of space. So what was really close to an AI crush kill needed a little bit of additional, just dropped right on top, or luck as far as the capsule luck. Didn't really get either. A couple good drops there from what he's got is going to help. Gamer clearing out that stage 7, now heading into stage 8, looking to finish this off. Certainly has not improved his time from the first round, but looking to finish strong. Finally got the kill over there on Ty's side. All right, putting together a good stage 6 here. Gamer putting together a stage 8 over here. Setting up a few things, but not too heavily relying on combos or chains here. Just really wanting to get that cleared. Big priority if you're a little bit less confident in your ability to weasel out once some garbage gets on top of you. Make sure you clear that middle ground. It's the easiest to get to, but it's also the most punishing if you're there and a lot falls on you. Gamer really doing a good job prioritizing getting that middle clear to make sure that he can get out of any potential jams as Rudy starts to show a bit of that chaining propensity that he has, and is going to drop a little bit more on Gamer here. Ooh, a little bit of fortunate drops there. Dropped in ways that are actually quite nice. Gamer's going to be able to counterattack here, get some good clear. Looks like in good shape to finish up this stage 8 here relatively soon, as long as he's able to keep some of this up. Meanwhile, Ty having some trouble there, lost the battle of things stacking too high in the middle there for him, and ended up losing that stage 6. Similar to what we were seeing with I Like Being Smart a bit ago. Things just dropping in bad places and having to reset the stage to deal with it. But a good restart here on stage 6 for Ty. Gamer setting up, just 5 viruses left. Looking to get this finished out here relatively soon. Got a couple setups here to get to some of these lower down. Sometimes it just takes a lot of digging to get down there, but a lot of garbage there. And oh, there we go. Nice little 1-2 to get that all cleared out and get that finished up. Gamer finishing with a 1929. Again, did not improve on his first round, but a strong finish, and you like to see those. All right, only remaining active runner right now is Ty. We had a couple players opt not to finish rounds that were really punishing them, but Ty does not have a time on the board. It looks like he is going to, at very least, attempt to get this run finished up and put a time up on the board. Clearing out some of that high stack there in the middle, making sure he doesn't leave himself too exposed to bad luck as it drops here, which is definitely a good tact. Almost over-rotated and missed that one, was able to fix it. The worst feeling in the world is when you know the exact spot that you need to put something and you tap one too many times and now everything's in the wrong place. That's certainly no fun. No one enjoys that. And oh, Ty did not get that flipped at all. Got a little bit too high. And gonna redo stage 6 here. Here we go. All right, while Ty is working here, let's quick review of where we are standings wise. Floyd, 1977, over there with a 9-minute 43-second finish in game 1, has punched that ticket and is sitting in the current projected first seed for our 4-person bracket. DM Hero with a 9:44 in game 2. Punched that ticket and is sitting in the presumed second seed for our 4-person tournament. Race 3 is going to be coming at us soon here, and we were going to see who makes it in as the automatic qualifier. Swang had a very strong game 1. Ibar's game 1 was also his stronger, though game 2 was quite good to him up until the very end. I think that a couple random drops near the end, especially there in game 7, really didn't help out and ended up with a little bit slower time. 6 there in 5th place ended up with a really good time in game 1 and a little bit less so in game 2, but certainly has the capability of putting out a time that might win, race 3 or could potentially be up there for that 4th slot. And Zeplander's time in game 2 was a big improvement. Certainly got some good RNG luck as you need to have, but skill's a big part of that too, and was able to put together a fantastic run there. Those are our likely candidates to fight for that 3rd and 4th seed here. So game 3, we're going to be watching for who wins, and we're going to be watching for who's got the best time left. So 2 people out of this next race are going to punch those 2 remaining tickets, and those are probably our 4 likely contenders right there. Swang, Ibar, 6, and Zeplander. Tayman played pretty well in that first game, that 12:51. Not too bad, certainly capable. Octo Oil had a a very good start to game 2. And those later stages certainly caught up with her, and she had a tough time with stage 6 and stage 7, but finished strong. And if she's able to put together another strong start and get some luck, is certainly not out of that capability. Gamer had a good stage 1, or a good game 1, and game 2 was a little bit less, but again finished strong. So certainly has a chance. I like being smart, and Ty would need some great gameplay that they hadn't had through the first 2 games, and some good RNG. But hey, there's a reason why we run the race, right? To see what happens here. So Ty over here deciding he didn't like what was going on and just stacked it up to the top to reset the stage 6. Really giving him a rough go of it. Gotta get some of this in here and get his time set, or at least he's wanting to get through this stage 6. Perhaps that's his, gotta get through one here. We are gonna get to a point. We do have a mercy kill on this at 40 minutes. So we will have a certain point where we will have to call it for Ty and move on to race 3. But you can see some of our runners around Ibar over there on the top, and Zep as well, are making sure they keep their hands nice and loose for that final qualifying race. So we are going to be ready for that when it comes up to it. These racers are gonna have a bit of a jostle and a bit of a fight on their hands to see who can qualify for that bracket stage. As a shout out to everyone who's learning a new speedrun, who's learning a new game, perhaps one in the genre you're familiar with, but a little bit different mechanics. This is a great example of how you can learn something new and really put together a new game. But it's something that you have to work at, and you have to put the effort in. And this is an example of Ty doing exactly that. Hey, I want to enjoy this game. I want to put it all together. I want to start learning, and here we are. And that's for those who are familiar with our community and know that we do a lot of racing on 2 core games, Tetris Attack and Pokemon Puzzle League. The purpose here on our minor tournaments is really to get some of our community and some of our fans a taste of some of our other puzzle games that are part of our group, but we don't have as many active runners, and we have a lot of runners who would love to learn, and it's a great opportunity to get everyone together and learn. In our core games, we found that times improve, and the number of runners who are actively working on it and getting better really goes up when we've got a tournament. I know personally that's, for me, a big deal with for Tetris Attack and Pokemon Puzzle League. Every tournament I've improved by watching other players, by simply getting ready to be able to compete with fellow players, and that level of improvement is something that we're all looking for. So a lot of the value comes out of this kind of tournament here. And as noted, this stage 6 for Ty is working out a lot better, but he's got to get down to 1-1. He finished that stage 6, and is that another gold split? There we go. Let's go, Ty. Let's go. It's a little small. I can't see how many attempts he's got, but gold splits are gold splits. We take those. All right, a little bit of dropping not where he meant it on that blue there, but I think he's gonna be all right. Getting some of this set up, dropped around here. We'll see how heavy Hammerbot can smack down here as far as garbage, or if he's able to avoid the worst of it. Interesting thing over here you'll see it on Ibar's side. It doesn't show up in our game mode here on easy, but it's something that is a great introduction, and actually when I was young was my introduction to Dr. Mario on a regular basis, was this 4-player versus mode. It's a lot of fun. If you've got a few friends that want to play, especially the Nintendo Switch Online service helps with this. Just throwing garbage all over each other and back and forth, and you can have 4 players going, and it's a different angle. I mean, having a versus mode where you're playing an AI opponent's a bit of a different angle anyway for this game, but they took it to that next stage and made it a 4-person free-for-all, which is just tons of fun. If you haven't ever played it, I suggest checking that part out at very least. Throwing garbage all over each other and just going ham. All right, a little bit of a high side there for Ty. Ooh, I don't think that fell where he wanted, but adjustment. Let's see if he can get out of this, or if he's going to end up a little bit too high stacked. Okay, he was able to eliminate a lot of the highest tower there in the center. That's right where the block drop happens. It's a bit similar to like a classic Tetris, where the middle of that board. I mean, you can have issues on a side and not be able to get to them and do anything about it. But if it's in the middle of the board, sometimes your falling blocks just are, you have a lot less reaction time to get them out of the way, a lot less options. Clearing that middle ground, really useful in making sure that you're good. Nice little drop there to get some more off of that second column. He's working his way through this all right. High stack there from his AI opponent. I don't know if that's going to be enough to really put the AI in a bad spot, but it's certainly working his way down. Question in the chat points out, so when did Mario get his doctor's license? In lore, we don't know, but I would like to point out he's not prescribing medication. These are multivitamin capsules, so yeah, I don't know if he's into homeopathy or what, but he's a doctor in name only. TV doctor maybe? I'm not sure. But not prescribing medication to anybody here. Somehow his great magical multivitamins can take out viruses though, so we take those. A little bit of trouble here for Ty. Didn't get everything shook out the way he wanted, and that built up real quick on him. Welcome to the Dr. Mario show, hosted on I don't know, Oprah's network maybe? I'm not sure. Alright, a little bit of high setup, and we've seen that Ty's got a little bit of trouble handling these. Let's see if he can get some of that out of his way and get himself some room to work. Looks like he's able to do that, so good there, and a good start here for this stage 7 for him. We are running up to the point where he's going to need some good execution and probably some good RNG to get this run completed in the time frame. But let's see him working his way through here. And honestly, it feels like he's improving just even within each stage here, just getting a little bit of the flow and what's going to work for him, which is great to see. That really starting to translate, even if a little bit. All right, good room to work here. Good setup on some sideways there. I don't know if he's going to go horizontal on that blue, perhaps. Yeah, as pointed out in the chat, medical licensing in the Mushroom Kingdom likely different than what we are used to. Fun little lore bit on the story mode. If you're playing as Wario, your first opponent is Dr. Mario because he assumes that the multivitamins went missing. It had to have been Wario. So that's classic video game there. Oh, hey, you must be the bad guy. You must have done it, and then you're Wario chasing everybody around to go get a hold of that. So definitely fun. You'll see over on iBar and on Zeplander's side, you can actually see currently Dr. Mario's final boss in the harder difficulties. You thought Rudy was bad. Oh, here's the bonus boss. It's the Mewtwo of this game that shows up after the final boss to really wreck your day. It's Vampire Wario. And then down on 6's side, you see Wario's final boss making what I assume is one of his only canonical appearances. I have not been able to find a reference anywhere else, but Metal Dr. Mario. So he got his, doctoring license and then went into Mario 64 and went and hit a green block. Well, that works out. Ty clearing that stage 7, heading into stage 8. Let's see how this shakes out for him. And yeah, chat pointed out, Dr. Mario 64, it didn't never released in Europe. It didn't release in Europe at the time. It has officially gotten a PAL release with the Nintendo Switch Online. So according to Nintendo, it has been released in Europe. But that was in the last 2 years, so 20 years after the fact. But, Nintendo's made some interesting, region-specific version choices, and this was certainly one of them. All right, Ty, get some of that out of the way. Get a nice blue tucked in there. Oh, okay, that works. Get some of that blue out of your way and get yourself some room to work, and you might be in good shape. Let's see, he may opt for a little bit of vertical stacking to get up underneath that blue, which would really be the play here. He's going for stacking the way he needs to. He's going to clear that. He's really working his way around that tower up top, which is impressive in its own right. Up over the tower that's almost at the top line is definitely a way to go. Oh, that drop right there is really going to hinder his ability to clear that middle. See if he's able to clear his way around this. Just a few minutes left. Okay. He may opt to stack it and reset this level. Yep. Alright, probably one more crack at this level 8. Let's do it, Ty. Let's go. Okay. Interesting setup there. Ooh. Early drops from that Rudy AI. Definitely not helpful here for his setup attempt. Not the worst in the world. He's recovering all right from it. Really getting some of this out of the way. He's going to end up having to work around a mid-range tower here again. Ooh, another unfortunate. As I said, it is randomly generated what the drop color is for the garbage here. That did not help. Getting down underneath and getting some of that cleared out of the way might make this workable for him. Really racing against the clock at this point. Again, we're at a 40-minute mercy kill, so that this run is gonna need to get cooking, but he's working his way, chugging his way through on this one. Again, really unfortunate placement of that garbage drop, dropping that yellow right in the middle of what he was working on. And that mid tower is almost all the way up. He's got to hold one of the directional buttons as something pops out just to have a chance. Oh, another death there at the top. He's going to redo, take one crack at it. This would not only need to be really good, but would probably need to be quite fast to be able to finish in time. Let's go. Come on, Ty. All right. Cleared the middle out. He's got a clear open middle, which he has not had the last couple attempts. Getting a couple things set up here. Really getting some of these viruses cleared out of the way. Did not have that drop where he wanted it to. Couple choices not dropping the way he would like, but he's working his way around them. Tucking that in over on the side. Again, a fortuitous drop that time. That randomly generated garbage dropping the color he needed it to for once. Getting a couple things cleared out. He's got some work to do here in the left side especially. Choosing to get some of that dropped in here. 1 minute to go. And 15 viruses with a bit of a high stack there left. I don't know that he's going to make it, but he's certainly making better progress through this one than he did through the last couple of attempts on this stage. So let's see if he can pull it out. Let's go, Ty. You can get it. Oh, just vertical stacked right up to the top. Killing it off. Didn't feel like he could finish that in the time frame. Had a chance. Would have taken some extra luck to get there. Felt like he just didn't have the timing to do it, and he will DNF on that race. But we are now race 2 in the books, and we are heading to race 3. I think all of our runners are ready to get over to that. We're getting it set up right now, and we'll head into that. One more recap as we head into it. Floyd and DM Hero punch tickets. We're looking to see who wins race 3 and who ends up with the best remaining time. If Swang wins race 3, the best time outside of that right now would be Ibar's 10:03. If Ibar wins it, then it's Swang's 9:48. So at minimum, in order to get in, the wild card winner would have to have at least a sub 10:03 to make it in. So that's kind of the rough neighborhood we're looking for on time. Going around the featured racers here, top left is Swang. Currently the best non-winning time. Top right is Ibar. Next spot in line. Those two are as the first two races have shaken out, the projected favorites to be the 3 and 4 seed. 6 and Zeplander in the bottom left and bottom right respectively are probably the best shots to sneak in and bump one of those two out. So let's see if one of those is able to go. The cat is jumping on the game. Let's see the cat qualify over there on Swang's stream. Let's go. I'm sure 6 has the cat around somewhere too. If we had his game audio, there's a decent chance that his is around here as well. All right. Righty, we are getting everybody set. Most of our runners are ready here. Just getting the last couple ready, and we are going to go away with that race 3. Swang and Ibar, top left and right. 6 and Zeplander, bottom left and right. Also, keeping an eye on Tayman and Octo Oil, who in the last couple races have had some strong starts, but some rough finishes. They are within the margin of randomness to perhaps drop in and take a surprise race 3 or perhaps a great time behind the winner and get that wild card slot. So let's see where this shakes out. And just as a a curiosity that we'll be keeping an eye on, Floyd and DM Hero are going to be looking to improve their times to try and fight it out for that 1 seed as far as seeding goes in this final 4 bracket. Everybody's readied up. Timers are counting down, and here we go. All right. Oh no. Ivar's home button, no. Oh, okay. We're all set. It didn't pause the game once the game had loaded. He doesn't have to reset. He's good to go. A little bit of delay on Zeplander's stream, but not too terribly far behind. And we have some early work over here. Looking at six setting up quite a bit of garbage drop here. Just going to really spam it out. You'll notice he knows this, and he's picked up on it, that when you drop garbage on the AI, if you drop another set of garbage before the first one goes, it'll actually combine them, and there's a hard limit to how much can drop. So sometimes a brief hesitation, I saw 6 use it, will actually make sure that your garbage spaces out into 2 sets of 2 for maximum damage. Swang and Ibar both blazing their way through that, and also doing some good work on stage 2 here. Right at the same virus count, right at the same time. Really sticking close to each other. Oh, Swang got the quick kill over there. Yeah! Victory peace sign. Let's go. Clearing out a board for some of these players is real fast, but if you can get the absolute quick kill like that was right there, get your AI topped off early on, that is really where you go. There's a decent chance that might have even been a gold split for Swang over there. Certainly possible. Getting some more setup over here. Alright, Ibar getting out of stage 2. 6 and Zeppelin both in stage 2. Swang really gonna take advantage of that lead. I mean, the early stages, the quick kills are not quite as valuable as a late stage quick kill might be, but it certainly saves a lot of time and is set up here a good half a stage ahead of Ibar. Really working way through here. Let's see. Interesting setup from underneath. Swang is really setting that up in a way to be able to work around that garbage that dropped. Like I've said a couple times that that's really the key to this game mode is garbage manipulation, both directed at the AI and adjusting for where those falls might happen on your side of the screen. Clearing out of stage 3, first among our 4 featured runners, but right on his heels is Ibar. Really got a lot going on here, but got some good drops. Let's down to one virus over on that side. Some interesting setups. Underneath a nice little tuck there from Swang, and doing the arm lift, get out of my way cat moves here mid-race, upping the difficulty factor for Swang. The downside of cat strats is that the cat does what the cat wants, and you kind of just have to work your way around it. But still able to negotiate that well enough. And dropping some garbage. That's a little bit of a high stack over there for Swang's AI here on stage 4. But probably not going to be enough to get a crush kill that way. Certainly not acting like he's counting on it. Really working to get in there. Nice little tuck down on the bottom side. And is going to clear this stage out here in a second. Ibar about halfway through his stage 4. Stage 4 as well for 6 and Zeppeliner, not too far behind. But Swang really just on a pace. Like, this is going to be really good. That 9:48 that Swang put up in game 1 was only 4 seconds off of DM Hero's game 2. So Swang's definitely in that speed category for sure. Ooh, nice little... That was not the setup I expected. Love watching puzzle games where people really find something that you as the viewer don't necessarily see. Sometimes it's so much easier to see the right answer or a right answer when you're not in the midst of it. And it's fantastic to look at it and go, oh, I never would have thought of that. And this game's got plenty of it. Swang really putting on a clinic here. So it might be a case where Swang might even leapfrog Floyd and DM Heroes times if this keeps up. That quick kill being a valuable time save. Going into stage 6, under 5 minutes that's booking it. We'll see what these last couple stages, again, the heaviest randomness, the heaviest RNG is in those last 2 stages. So let's see how that shakes out. There's the most viruses, the longest amount of time typically spent there. But if you get there with a great time, that's what lets you get the good times when you really are able to take advantage of it. Stage 5, going around the horn, Ibar, 6, and Zeplander all putting up some good times here. 6 really setting up heavy on the combos here at the moment. Got that little L shape there with the reds. Love seeing those. Really keeping pace with Ibar to be able to keep close enough here. That may be the race that we are going to have to watch. Swang may pull away enough here. The stage 6 isn't going quite as quick, but still really burning and churning through here. But that may be the big race that we're going to have to watch here. Ibar, 6, and Zeplander really fighting for that 3rd spot. They're on a good enough pace. Ibar's 10:03 is reachable, but they're gonna have to keep moving at the pace that they're going. But any one of the 3 of them certainly has a chance here. Never count out bad RNG as well. Swang really booking through here, but it's not over until Mewtwo goes down, as we've said on PBL. In this case, it's Rudy. I guess Rudy would be Gary in that metaphor, but either way, it's not over until it's over. So let's see how this shakes out. Interesting and kind of unfortunate garbage drops over there. The Swang adjusting quite well. 14 viruses left. Ibar is next to get into stage 7. 6 has about a quarter stage left. Zeplander about half a stage left. They're all keeping it real tight, real close. As we pass about the 7:15 mark on that timer, again, that 10:03, we are really chasing not just each other. That wild card, we're chasing the clock. Ibar's in the driver's seat and looking to potentially improve that time, keep everybody else away, but that's the chase here for that wild card spot. Stage 8 over here for Swang, really putting up a good time. Not anything high enough on the AI side to try and go for a quick kill. Trying to set up a bunch of garbage to keep Rudy off of his back at very least. As he clears out, got a big open middle space here. So Rudy attacks are really going to be punishing because they're going to have to drop a really long way. So at bare minimum is throwing garbage just to keep garbage from returning. Some interesting setups. I always love seeing how these get put together over here from some of these really experienced Dr. Mario runners. Put some of that together. That red cross with the blue drop. Still getting a little bit dropped on, but it's just putting out a time. There's only 4 left. Again, Swang might put the kind of time here that's going to threaten seeding from Floyd and DM Hero. This is a run for sure. 2, 3. There's only 1 left. Let's take a look at this. Wow, he got it for sure. Wow, okay. 8:46 says his local timer, and it looks like the race time agrees. Swang putting up a time. Wow. All right, the race is on here for that second, for that wild card spot for that 4th seed. Six and Six and Ibar are both in stage 8, and actually it looks like Six got into stage 8 first. Zeplander's a little bit behind on stage 7, but still has a chance here, but it looks like Six and Ibar are really fighting, but they are fighting the clock. Six over here is really what it's going to matter. If Six can finish before Ibar and before 10:03 is really what's going to make the difference, and we are 30 seconds away from that, according to Six's timer. Oh, he got the quick kill over there on Rudy. He got the crush kill early there. 9:37. And that'll do it. Six will take the 4th spot and the wild card, dropping a fantastic... He's dropped 2 PBs today, and he dropped one at the absolute right time. That 9:37 is going to lock him into that 4 seed with the wild card. And, oh man, that's going to be fantastic. He's going to go up against Swang, who just dropped a fantastic time. That race 3 had some really, really quick kills. They're really making a difference for the 2 successful runners. Ibar, looking here to finish up, has already gone over what his time was from that first race. The RNG didn't favor him quite so heavily here in this one, but certainly putting forth a good time. Zeplander also here in this stage 8, looking to put a good time here. Again, not improvement on his standing time, but definitely getting some done. As racers finish up, we've got a few other ones going through, and we're going to swap in and take a look at some others. Your standings there up in the top right. Your 1 through 4, that is your bracket. In that order, Swang, Floyd, DM Hero, and Six. And look at that 2-3 matchup that we're going to see in a little bit. Look at how close their finishing times were. Floyd and DM Hero actually here in this 3rd race have finished. Floyd put up a 9:59 and DM Hero put up a 10:37. So definitely still close to each other on each one of those. So that is going to be a fantastic matchup here in the bracket in a little bit. Swapping out a couple of these runners, Tayman down there in the bottom left. Top left over there is going to be Gamer. A nice, good sportsman move there, clap from Ibar, who put up a couple very nice runs, but simply did not get the luck factor that helped out. Solid, consistent runs, but ends up as our 5th out of 5th out of 4. Unfortunately, the first one outside on that bracket looking in, but some fantastic runs there. Zeplander also finished with a 11:27 here in this 3rd race. 11:38 for Ibar there on that 3rd race as well. Congrats on some good races to them. They are unfortunately not going to make bracket. Hope they had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun watching them. And we've got a few more racers looking to finish up here. And we're going to swap in to watch. Gamer up there in that top left. On Rudy with only about 9 viruses left. Gamer's best run so far is a 16:34. So it's certainly looking to finish this up reasonably quick here and improve that time. And get that locked in there. Meanwhile, bottom right, we just switched over. We've got Octo Oil. That 14:20 from game 1 is, again, we've got another runner looking to improve that time. Love seeing improvement. Love seeing putting up good runs and improvement there. Tayman down there in that left side. 1 virus left on Rudy, and there we go. Tayman, not quite an improvement over his game 1 run of that 12:51, but finished strong with a 13:17. We'd love to see those strong finishes, and he's got 2 runs very close to each other. That consistent grouping, those are nice as well. I like being smart. Top right corner has been added there. Working her way through stage 6. That's the stage that gave her a lot of problems there on game 2. We'll see if she's able to work her way through on that one. Her original target time right around 20 minutes. She did say she wanted to get a sub 20, and that 20:28. So that's something that she would definitely be working to improve there. Gamer top left corner gets the win and the finish, and that 13 Looks like a 13:53 is indeed an improvement. Octo Oil also on the bottom right side got a nice finish there and an improvement herself, 13:58. So a couple runners definitely improving their performance, improving their times, and able to put in some work on this game here. A lot of good play. Even among the runners who weren't the ones that made bracket, we definitely saw some good play, some good improvement, and I hope all the runners have had some good fun with this qualifying stage here. Two active runners remaining on this run right here. I Like Being Smart, who we've currently got up in that top right corner. And Ty is really working to get a finished run in under that 40-minute mark. So we are looking at those. Oh, what a great finish! I don't think we could have hoped for a better race 3. These mob qualifiers are fantastic as far as bringing that race 3 drama, and we've had a couple great players. And look at who we've got in different ways, landing on different landing on these bracket quals. This is going to be a great bracket to work our way through here. Smart is working her way through. She's got a few more obstacles, but she's in relatively good shape to work her way through. Decided that she didn't want to deal with that right side pillar and didn't like it and just decided to reset the stage. I felt like she was in a much better spot, but she disagreed and she's the one playing, so resetting that stage 6. Looking over at Ty's side, got a couple more gold splits. You love to see those. Smart getting a little frustrated and going into a reset loop here. Got to clear her head, got to get a couple good clears in here and just, work her way through. I think she's got this just fine. All right, Ty getting over to stage 6. So Ty and Smart both sitting on stage 6 at the moment. Got to make it through here, and the last couple we can get these guys some good finishing times for what they're looking to do here. Get that RNG out of our way and get some good gameplay in for both of these two runners. Nicole is just not liking what she's seeing and really going reset heavy on these stages. Bringing in the PPL S-Hard strats. If it's not a good setup, work a new setup. So that's certainly an option here. I think at the moment it might be born of more frustration than strategy, but let's see if it works. The low board here in the middle, especially, may favor her here, and this may be the one she wants to stick with. Certainly in a good spot, I think, to be able to finish this stage 6 in a decent time. Ty having a little bit of trouble over on his side is going to need some help, and the AI is actually clearing their board relatively quick. This may be a little bit of help needed here. I don't think that's where he wanted that to drop, and that's the story of Dr. Mario. We have a lot of salty sayings that we hear in some of the other games where people, oh no, you didn't have time for that. Well, it feels like that's not where I meant for that to drop. Might be the might be the story for Dr. Mario here. Oh, Nicole is really struggling and paused, and I think has decided that it's not going to happen for her, and has decided to DNF this one. I really feel like she had a couple spots in there on that stage 6 where she could have finished, but just felt like she was not getting things to go the way she wanted, and things weren't landing, and couldn't work her way through some of those tougher block setups. It's something that happens as you are in the early stages of learning the speedrun to a game. Maybe one that you're a little bit less familiar with. I know I've certainly to take a game that she's very familiar with. I've certainly had that feeling more than a few times with Wario's Woods. Let's say that, where, you know what, today it's just not working, and I think she feels that that's where she's at. Last active runner here is Ty. Game 2, he definitely came close to being able to get in under that 40-minute mark for the Mercy kill, and he's on some pace here. Been on this stage 6 for a while, but is chugging his way through. We'll see if he's able to make it on this run, because I feel like he was close, and a little bit of a luck differential would have done it for the last one. Want to get him a completed run in here. He's working his way around some of this unfortunate garbage placement, but as I mentioned on the last run, having a clear drop zone, so the first couple rows there in the middle few columns, is really important for his gameplay level where he's at, and he's got that here, so he should be in a good spot. Gonna bring it up just to show his, since hey, we don't have any other active runs. We'll put his up a little bit bigger here. Does look like he may have forgotten to split stage 5 on his splits, so this is a gold split that may not look gold when he gets it. His way through here. I'm going to use this opportunity one more time to thank our community runners who participated. We've got, as mentioned, we've got more than a few runners who are Dr. Mario specialists. This is their primary game, and they've come in and shown some definite skill and shown us, some of the best of how this game can be played. This game mode in particular, and we've got a number of our runners here who are definitely not Dr. Mario specialists and have taken to learning a new run that they many have expressed that they've always wanted to learn. This is one that a game that I personally have played quite a bit, but had not learned the speed run until probably sometime last year when I started to learn it. So this is one that I'm glad a lot of the community has gotten a feel that they can enjoy. I think there's more than a few community members who I'm going to consider it a success, who have experienced this game, always having wanted to, but never really having an excuse. Well, I'm glad to be people's excuse to try out a new game and enjoy, and I think we're going to have a few more runners who really put some enjoyment and time into this game, and to all the runners who participated, if you don't play the game, no shame in that. You've played the game, you've learned it, you've enjoyed it, and hey, this might not be the game mode for you, but it might be one that you pick up again later. I know I've had a few games where I stopped and started and then re-picked them up again years later. So big shout outs to all the community members who've participated here, and really, the spirit of introducing and featuring games that our community loves but maybe don't get as much time is the main core of these minor tournaments. So big shout out to everyone. Ty not liking that placement there. His previous one unfortunately got the other side cleared their viruses out first. It does happen. One more recap as far as here. Once Ty's run is done, one way or the other here, that is it for our qualifying stage. We are heading to the bracket stage after that. Our standings over there on the right side do reflect our lineup for that top 4 bracket. Swong and 6 is our 1-4 matchup. Floyd and DM Hero is our 2-3 matchup. These times are clustered real close to each other. We're going to have some interesting runs, certainly, and a lot of good competition there. And if their 3 runs through the qualifiers were any indication, we are going to blaze through some of these bracket stage runs with each other. right. Decent setup over here. Ty's trying to figure out what to do with some of these pieces. I think that right side he's locked himself into getting a double red, which I think might get in his way a little bit, but he's finally gotten one. Get himself a little bit of dropping over here. He's going to run into the trouble that he had last time. The AI for this stage 6 does slightly higher prioritize actually, you know, completing out and beating all the viruses versus some of the other AIs that will prioritize garbage drops, which is very annoying for the runner, but at the same time, having those garbage drops be a priority of the AI means that they spend a little bit more time on that. Right now we are at 7-6 now, 6-6 as far as number of viruses remaining. So it has kind of become a race to finish those last few off, and Ty's moving a little bit quicker than the AI, but is in a little bit worse board position. So let's see if he can pull this out here and make it to that stage 7. Oh, not looking good here. A lot of yellow on that AI side of the board. Ty getting a nice little horizontal in there, getting a couple more clears, get some stuff out of the way. Might be too little too late here. And he agrees. He's just going to reset the stage. All right, Ty, let's do this thing. Let's get you a finished run here. So we've got a few minutes before he's going to really start running way up against the timer, but he definitely needs to get through stage 6 here sometime soon. It's really been giving him trouble. A couple of our, especially runners who are newer to this game, stage 6 seems to be right around where that AI difficulty curve has really started giving people problems. Nice little drop there. Nice little tuck there. I like that. Let's see if he drops that in. Yes, going for, again, I mentioned it at the beginning. You only need 4 in a row, but guess what? 5 in a row sometimes is much more efficient at clearing out what you need out of here. He's doing a good job dropping a lot of garbage, not putting himself too bad of a situation here. Definitely a little bit better attempt here. So let's get going here, Ty. Zeplander over Raiden over with his viewers from his stream. Again, thank you, Zeplander, and thank you for participating in this one. But Zeplander put up some good times, and definitely, hopefully, enjoyed the experience here dropping into this game. One of the runners that I think may have a good chance of making some noise on this leaderboard if he decides to keep doing the runs here. Interesting little tuck in there on the underneath from Ty. It looks like he's setting up to do the same thing on the next one, though I think it's smart that he's prioritizing that red over there while he's got the stack built up to not have to deal with building a new tower. I don't know if all of those drops are really hitting where he wanted to, but he's getting it dropped in here. He's going to be running again real tight against trying to get his blocks cleared before the AI does. He can do it. The AI's got a much cleaner path to it, though. Come on, Ty. Let's go. Give him a yellow, game. There we go. Oh, there. Okay, made it through stage 6. And again, I think his splits are off. I think he missed a split in there, but working his way through here. Finishing out strong. Gotta finish. Okay, there we go. That split's in a very much wrong spot, but that's alright. He'll fix that later if he cares to. Alright, stage 6. Not really shaking out how he wanted it to start, but we can get in here. Okay. All right, fully clear. All three right columns are fully clear for him. He's got a little bit too much in the middle high for my comfort based on how he's been able to work around so far, but doing a good job of working around it. If he can clear some of that middle column, he should be in good shape. Really getting some of that low stuff cleared out at the moment. He's kind of working his way from, you know, kind of worked around to the bottom and is working his way up from there. It's an interesting tactic, but so far it seems to be working for him. Yeah, I think he's going to set that up to get at that blue from below. And with as much stuff as fallen up there on the sides, I think he's committed himself a bit to this bottom-up tactic. Trying to clear rows from the bottom. Definitely not one you see every day, but oh, that didn't make it as far over as he wanted. Yep, he's just not going to have... The cursor's just not going to let that capsule drop all the way to the left like he wanted it to. So now he's in a little bit interesting position. I don't know what he's going to try to do, but that top middle has just gotten too high. I don't know if he's going to be able to get something cleared out around it. I don't know what he's even waiting for. Double blue, perhaps? Yeah. At this point, I think he's a little bit stuck with what he logged there. Yep. Gonna take another crack at this here. Again, at 40 minutes is the mercy kill on these runs. If he has a couple good attempts, he definitely can make that. Little bit of too clever, perhaps. Mentioned in the chat. Something that I think Ty can definitely execute at times, but again, not a game he's as familiar with. So a few of the tighter windows and execution side is so far eluded him, but he's been known to do some interesting strats on some of the other games as well and be successful with it. He's a player in the PvP scene for Tetris Attack Online, and occasionally we'll drop in the Tetris Attack or PPL speedruns all fours, you know, which typically is frowned upon as being a little bit less efficient with your blocks, but he makes it work, makes it his own. So I think that's the interesting, you know, angles and strats are something that Ty can certainly do. I think if this was something he would continue doing and working on and getting the base execution a little bit far, you know, down pat, he certainly could pull off that kind of thing. That's certainly in his repertoire. There we go. The crush kill on stage 7, putting him in a good spot to, here we go, stage 8. Let's see what he does with this here. Gonna get hit pretty early with some garbage drops. See if he's able to get enough out of the way and maybe get some favorable drops, not in the middle of what he's trying to do. Really getting down into the lower depths of the stack here, trying to put things in some very specific positions. A couple of these, I'm not entirely sure what he's aiming for, but he made that work, certainly. All right. Locking in over here. Going all right. The AI on this has not been too punishing as far as garbage drops against him, and he's able to get a couple down over there. If he's able to keep this clean, which so far he's doing a good job of, he's got a chance. Looks like he's going to set up... I think he's falling into something that a lot of players in a lot of puzzle games will fall into, is they have a specific idea of what they want, how they want things to fall, and they kind of force the block arrangement to meet it. I think a few of these, he's, instead of adjusting for the RNG of his capsule falls, is just kind of burning some capsules and waiting for the ones that he wants to fall in. Which, if things fall the right way, can absolutely work. But if things aren't falling the right way, as we saw a couple times on stage 6, for example, it can be a long wait and way too much extra junk in the way for you to work your way around. Okay, he ended up clearing that out. He's down to 9, but he's got to hurry up. The AI opponent's all the way down at 6 and has a much clearer path to everything. Okay, that'll work. I wonder if he's taking the underneath strats on purpose. There's a little bit of a philosophy question here. When you have an opponent that drops a lot of garbage and it really mucks up what you're doing topside, if you use the top as kind of an umbrella and really just leave everything to shield yourself from that opponent, I mean, it can work, and he's making it work here. Okay, he needs a blue, and he needs it quick. That can work right there. Alright, one left. He's just got to get in there and get that red taken care of. Okay, it's cleared out. There's... Oh, no! Oh, he was down to 1, but he just couldn't execute that end part quickly enough, and the AI cleared his board first. Oh. Oh, man. So the strategy worked, but it simply took too much time. And he wasn't able to keep up with the speed the AI was able to take care of everything, and just got out-cleared. Not something that happens too terribly often here on easy mode, but absolutely can happen. Ty's had it happen a couple times here. His operating speed just isn't quite quick enough to pull that off that time. And now he's really racing the clock once again. Here we go, trying to get in a completed run. For pride, for fun, for memes, whatever it is he's fighting for, he's trying to get it in. And here we are, once again, racing and watching the clock. A little bit higher middle than I'd be comfortable with. Yeah, he clears those blues out. Okay. I think he's running out of comfortable operating space here, just really scrambling to try and get anything done. And that does not help. Oh, kind of needed to tuck that in. Nice little tuck there over on the side, giving himself some operating space on the left tower. Needs to really get a blue and just tuck it in there underneath, and that'll clear some space on that tower for him there. And this will clear him some room to be able to work it on both sides. Alright, he's out of the worst of the weeds here. He's got about a minute to go before the mercy kill comes into play. I don't know that he's got enough time to get that done now. And he will call it good. He won't battle out that last minute, but what an effort. Had a chance, really came down at that last attempt to just being barely beat out. Ty putting on a good example and performance of gutting it out. But there we go. That is it. That's all she wrote, and that's it for our qualifying stage here today. One more time, thank you to all of our runners who participated. Thanks to those who put in some effort and really gutted out some runs that maybe weren't going their way. And congrats to our 4 qualifiers for bracket. We are going to take a quick break, quick ad break, and we will be back with our bracket qualifying matches. Again, Swang versus 6 and Floyd versus DM Hero coming at you here soon. Be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. For those joining us, or just as a quick refresher, we are done with our qualifying matches here in our League of Puzzle Speedrunners 2023 Dr. Mario 64 tournament here today. So you see before you the results from our runners and all 3 of their races, and highlighted is their best time in each. Best time was used for seeding for our top 4 finishers, and also to determine who that 4th wildcard finisher was. Floyd, in 1977, won that first game. DM Hero won the second, and Swang put up a absolute clinic and got some favorable luck on top of that. Put up a great time in that 3rd race to be the winner and our first seed. 6 put up an absolute fantastic run as well. Got some favorable luck there near the end to boot, and was able to jump in there with that time for our wild card, and that is going to be our standings for our setup here. Reminder for any of those of you who happen to be joining us late, I am TetraStacker. I'm taking you through our brackets here. The format's going to change a little bit here, so let's look at our bracket again. Those top 4 are there. Swang and 6 are going to be our 1-4 matchup. Floyd DM Hero is going to be our 2-3 matchup. Both of those semifinal matches are going to be best of 3. Here we're continuing to be on easy mode. And then the winner of each of those is going to go to our finals. That's going to be a best of 5. Given some of the times that these runners put out, we are going to see some fantastic matches. Floyd and DM Hero in particular, their qualifying times that put them in this bracket were a single second apart. Swang and 6 both had fantastic game 3s of our qualifiers to bring us in, so they have the hot hands, and they are going to be coming up first. So we are going to head to that. Swang and 6, 1 versus 4 here in our Dr. Mario 64 2023 bracket, coming to you right now. There we are. Swang, our 1 seed from the qualifiers that we just finished there on the left. Again, his race 3 was that fantastic sub-9 time. 6 over there on the right side, he is, of our 4, our lone non-Dr. Mario specialist. The other 3, Dr. Mario is their primary game. 6 is one of our Tetris Tech PPL specialists, and quite the technician. He has already worked himself into great shape and put up some good times here. And away we go in our first match. Again, best of 3. So let's see how we get this to shake down here. Swang we're going to see start put together here. Reminder to those a little bit less familiar or maybe joining us late and missed some of the qualifying stages, there's a little bit more of a different angle that you have to take when you're dealing here in this versus mode. We're going to see a lot of our runners really press the issue when it comes to garbage. A standard, traditional, if you will, Dr. Mario game or run. It's really a you against the randomness and the board and just the clock. All of that's a factor here, but the added wrinkle of now you've got an AI opponent on the other side of the board who can throw random garbage your way. They don't get to select it. You don't get to select it. You don't know the color, where it'll sit. Both runners finishing real close to each other. And that's something that you're going to have to navigate. Some stuff's going to land on your board that you didn't have to deal with before. The randomness in just what board you get isn't all of it. The randomness in what falls, your AI behavior, and how much you send to the AI can, really slow them down about whether or not they can hit you. So all of those are factors players are going to have to weigh. And both of these players in our Game 3 of qualifiers really got some favorable luck because there's one more win condition now than there would be in a more typical Dr. Mario scenario. They can actually fill the opponent's side of the screen. So a quick clear of the board like Swang just did right there sometimes will absolutely be the quickest way, but sometimes a quick kill is possible depending on the layout. Really blazing his way through stage 2 there. Setting up some interesting combos here. So that garbage is initiated whenever you do a combo or a chain. So any clear that leads to another clear will get you 2 blocks that fall. An additional one will get you a third, and a maximum of 4 if you have more. And you unfortunately can have the biggest chain or combo in the world, and 4 is all you're going to get out of this game. So a lot of the time, setting up and then rapid firing one after the other is the way to maximize your drop. Combos where they're happening at the same time also do it. So if you have 2 sets of 4 that go off at the same time, that initiates. The game treats combos and chains just the same. Beautiful setup there. Really working his way around some of the obstacles here on Swang's side. There we go. Using all of that to get some unfavorable drops out of his way and clearing through, opening up almost a full stage lead at this point. More like half a stage now that I'm looking at. 6 is really trucking his way through here, keeping it close in the early going. The first few stages all have relatively standard AI behavior. It can be annoying, it can get in the way, but you kind of know what you're in for. It's right around stage 6 that you'll start to see some issues start to crop up with the way the AI behaves. 7 and 8 each have their own escalation, and stage 8, of course, as is tradition with any good puzzle game, the last stage is the worst RNG stage. Swang over here dealing with a little bit of bad luck from the RNG generated garbage falling in just the wrong spot for the setup he was doing, but no big. A small time loss, but not a big one. Able to avoid the really bad stage by just working away around that right away, and makes quick work of this stage 4. These players are really going to move and groove here through. We are halfway through the stages, already in the low 4-minute range here. 6 is coming up hot right on the tail here, leaving stage 4 not long after Swang entered stage 5. This lead is not particularly large, and especially with the randomness of the last 2 stages, is certainly not secure. 6 had a nice quick kill on stage 7 in his qualifying match that really trimmed a large part of the potential time off of there, and got one on stage 8 as well later in that match. So not a giant time save, but certainly a helpful one that could easily make the difference in a match like this. Swang setting up over here, really working that horizontal, kind of building a platform, working those horizontal clears, and then doing everything up top there, and then clearing out that last little one on the bottom. Instead of trying to build up all the way from the floor, just stick one right in the side, build your own little makeshift platform for your blocks, and really drop them in where you need. Again, one thing that these players are going to be trying to prioritize is a lower amount of drop time. So as they're clearing, the little bits of capsule that aren't involved in the clear have to go somewhere. They drop to the ground. They are slow. Some of that's going to be unavoidable, but minimizing that a fair amount is going to be good. And that's part of what's so punishing about the garbage. It has to drop all the way down the whole screen. So that's something that they're going to be working to minimize. Nice, clear, open space, lots of room to work here. Again, Swang entering stage 6. This is where the AI opponents can start to be an issue, but really clearing out so fast right here and dropping a fair amount on the AI opponent, not really giving a whole lot of chance to respond, not getting bogged down in too much of the AI garbage as of yet. That one little drop, kind of not in any consequential spot for him. And here we go. Lots loaded up on that last block, but guess what? It's the last clear, so his drop time doesn't really matter. Blazing his way under 6:45, entering stage 7. Definitely on a fantastic pace. And 6 not too far behind, making sure that he's keeping it close and able to have a shot in here. Nice little navigation of that tight space there by Swang, getting in between and out and around, putting together some of these combos of dissimilar colors that really weren't what he needed, but is able to work his way around and build something good out of what the game has given him on some of those. You can see a lot of combos really set up and ready to go once he's ready to drop them in. Drop right there, into the X, into the T. Again, got the full 4 to drop there and cleared a huge amount of space off of his board. Meanwhile, 6 with a nice chain finisher right there. Dropping in that last little bit with the tuck and finishes off his stage 6 as well. So he is a little more than half a stage behind. Again, some good RNG could swing this very easily, but Swang showing the greater experience and the greater overall speed here isn't going to make it easy. Good RNG and good execution are going to be needed by 6 to get in here, but it's definitely still in the realm of possible. Interesting setup the Swang is putting together over here. Really setting it all up for one chain to drop all the way down. Give him one more yellow. Got in there and got that stage 7 finished. Right at around the 8:30 mark. Let's see how this stage 8 goes. Again, biggest RNG moment is right here at the end. There's the most viruses on the board. The AI has the most behavior of trying to really just interfere with you with that garbage, drop as much of it in as possible at times, and certainly in the worst timings. But really dropping in there. Nice little drop into the T. Really max, again, a max garbage drop from that. Has a little bit of a high center for his AI opponent. Rudy's got issues here. 6 finishing off his stage 7, so he's in the same stage here at the end here. If he happens to be able to get a quick kill scenario a little bit low start position for all of his viruses, means he probably doesn't have a very quick kill available to him, but he can put everything together as quickly as possible and hope. Man, that AI almost ran out of space there on Swang's side to save him a few seconds, but didn't quite. But here's Swang just finishing out the board, old-fashioned style. Again, just a little bit of time waster there, but finishes it off, and there's the race. Swang putting it together, dropping it through. Nice 9:51 on the timer here. 6 is going to finish this off. Again, the quick kill didn't really have a chance to formulate, but is definitely keeping it close here and wants to finish this one off. Got a few different things set up in different ways as far as possible combos, but really prioritizing just clearing out as much as he can right now. I think Six is going for just the board finish, not going for any AI clear shenanigans. Those are unfortunately a fair amount of RNG, whether or not you've got the opportunity to jump in there, and even then, sometimes blocks will fall in the right place for the opponent and actually help them out. And some of that's unfortunately a bit unavoidable as far as out of the runner's control. Working his way up on the tower, Six gonna finish up here with a good time, but unfortunately for him, going up against Swang, who just really showed us all how speed in this game can be. His race 3 time was frankly impressive, and this one here on our first race of this semifinal match, really just getting it done. Then there's the finish from Six. Official finishing time on his side is that 11:22 you see on the screen, and that earns Swang the first star up there on our board. And this semifinal match is already 1-0. This is a best of 3, so we are on match point here. Swang puts up another strong performance like that. This semifinal could be over just that quickly, showing Swang's dominance here against a inexperienced but talented runner in Six, who's really put together some fantastic runs on a game that, as of not very long ago, he had not played much. So certainly impressive from Six so far. Let's see what else he throws at Swang here before this is all said and done. Six getting set up over here, getting into the race room, and we will have these runners take it away as soon as they are ready. And we're going to get underway with this game 2 of semifinal 1. Swang showing why he's the 1 seed, Six showing why he was able to make it into this bracket over a few players who, frankly, are much more of Dr. Mario specialists, but he is showing that off. One thing we've seen in our community runs in some of our major tournaments, Six is always a bit of a technician. He's able to see some of the more tight windows, technical advancements, and the small little tweaks, and he's able to make some great advantage of those. And he's showing it in a game that, even with a little bit less experience, that he's able to put together some great stuff here. Swang, on his side, definitely understands the tech, definitely has the speed, definitely has the experience, and is putting it all together in a great way here. Race timers are going. We are going to start here in a moment, and Six going with the Wario strats on his side. Much like in PPL, Bulbasaur strats for the win. Wario strats getting at the big mix-up here. And very fitting, stage 1 for both of them is the other person's chosen character, so lots of fun with that. Getting all around here. Quick drops in for a couple things, not quite landing where he can immediately use it, but Swang doesn't really care. He can use it later, not making any wasted drops because he can use them for something. These early stage, first few stages, there usually aren't enough viruses on the board to be able to go for a quick kill. So clearing them all out as quickly as possible tends to be the way to go. Six getting out of that stage first, a little bit of unlucky RNG on his capsules from Swang, and a few things not quite dropping the way he wanted. Cost him a few seconds there, but an early lead so far is not really too much of a big deal here. Let's see what Six can do with it. Setting up a couple different things here. Nice little tuck in there. And nice little attack on that side as well for Six. A little bit of a high stack from his AI. A bit unusual here in stage 2, but certainly welcome. Let's see if he can get another chain off and it happens to land in that middle. He may be able to get a little bit quickish kill here. And Swang was able to execute it on his side. Got that stage 2 quick kill, which is actually in his qualifiers was what he was able to do to get that fantastic time in that race 3 qualifier and earn himself that 1 seed. Doing it again here, being able to take advantage. And it looks like 6 might... he was able to get the clear out before all of that actually stacked up. The AI just able to skirt around all of that, and 6 not able to drop enough additional garbage to really nail it home. Went for the full board clear. Swang takes a lead heading into stage 3 here. Setting up a few different things to fall. Once he drops that in, gets a T plus additional drop. Again, maxing out, that would have probably been worth 5 blocks, but the game maxes you out at 4. But he cleared a lot of board with that move, in addition to whatever he dropped, and that's probably the more important thing here. He's down to just 2 viruses left, just waiting on a couple of yellows. Got him, and there he goes. 6 staying real close behind. Got a lot of blues on the board. Unfortunate sometimes when it shakes out like this, where you end up with only 1 color left and a bunch of them, and you just kind of are at the mercy of the game as far as how many of them they give you. So he's got this stack going here as he's waiting, but he gets the blues soon enough and keeps within a few, maybe 10 seconds of Swang. Really keeping this race close. Swang dropping some early garbage on the AI opponent here. Trying to put together some additional firepower. There we go, that little T. Very useful drop there. 6 also opening up with aggressive attacks. If those land in the right places, and it looks like that's some interesting placement from his, he might be able to take advantage there. These early stages, again, not as likely to be able to have the opportunity to do one of those quick kills, but certainly can try. Swang is in full let's clear it out of here mode. A little bit of wasted time coming from that AI drop, but again, so quick at putting that all together, being able to get another clear out of there, get out of stage 4, move on to stage 5. Again, right in that low 4 range, right at about 4 minutes 20. Meanwhile, 6 trying to finish off his stage 4 as well. Real high on the AI side, but so few blocks left that it looks like it's really... Oh, okay, he did end up getting the AI crush with just 1 block, or 1 virus remaining. Saves him just that little bit of extra time. Not as much as he might have wanted, but certainly will take what you can get. Swang setting up over here. Putting together a few different setups. The lucky drop over there gets him 1 bonus clear. And hey, we take those, certainly. When your garbage all completely falls on the red color, it really didn't hurt you too bad. Not too bad at all. So we take those. Nice little tuck in there, getting the 0 drop. So again, trying to minimize how much time stuff has to fall to the bottom of the floor. And if you're able to kind of snag it in there and everything hits, but nothing has to take time to drop, those are great. Even if it's just a small time save, they definitely add up. Clearing his stage 5. 6 is about halfway through his stage 5 himself. Sitting in a good spot. Swang going into stage 6. Again, this is where the RNG really starts to heat up. Interesting little setup here with those blue-yellows. And just goes right in there for that 2x4 log, as they call it. Get some early drops and gets those just out of the way. Got another one there with the bonus drop. Really putting a fair amount of garbage drop on that AI opponent. Doesn't, at the moment, look like he's in a scenario where he can get a quick kill, but following it up with even more. And he's definitely not wasting time by putting any garbage output without corresponding clear of his own board. He's getting the board cleared and able to get some garbage output at the same time. A little bit of a high center on the AI side, but given how little he's got left, about 10, and a good board, I don't know that Swang is really going to press hard on trying to get the AI kill. He's going to definitely drop garbage. As mentioned before, garbage drops, even if they're not going to directly stop the or top the opponent off, are still extremely useful in preventing garbage on your side. If the AI is having to wait for garbage to fall, it can't be creating more garbage for you. So definitely something that's useful to do even in a scenario where you're just looking to clear your board. If nothing else, it keeps them out of your way a little bit more. Swang showing that off, clearing his stage 6 nice and quick there. High sides on 6's side. A couple hard hits with some garbage, which it looks like he's setting a few up here. Could yield some definite results if he gets lucky with where things drop. We'll see if he does. He does. Very nice. That was a pretty decent quick kill for 6. Makes up some of that time and puts him in stage 7 a little bit closer on Swang's heels here. Swang's really putting in some work against his stage 7. We are getting down to the end portion here. Again, the RNG really can swing things a lot more at this point. So some hard hits, maybe some lucky drops with some garbage, and this can swing, and that's really what 6 has to work for here. Get himself inside the margin of randomness and have a chance. But Swang's trying to just close that door and say, no, I'm going to execute better and make sure you stay far enough away. And there he goes, clearing already and going into stage 8. Here we go. Not too terribly high on the AI clears here. So we're going to see a fair amount of garbage, but Swang's priority here is likely to be clearing out all of his blocks, clearing out some space. This stage 8 Rudy is known for really, once you get a few viruses ahead in the count, really switches tactics and just starts spamming garbage block on your side. So as much as he's been able to drop, Swang is keeping that AI opponent off his back, really just stacking it up, and skillfully, it looks like able to make a really high stack up against that side. Again, he may be prioritizing clearing the side, but how much he's putting out as far as garbage is making sure that he's got a chance to go a couple different directions here. Probably won't get the crush kill, will probably get a full board clear here. 6 is running low on time. If he happens to get extremely lucky here, we'll have a chance to get the crush kill, but Swang just says, no, you're not going to get enough time. Puts up another high 9. Real consistent. Fantastic time there. 940. 941 officially over on that side. 6 over here working on finishing up. And really kept it nice and close and gave himself a chance, which is really what you have to work for here. The 4 seed in any kind of tournament going up against the 1, that's got to be the mentality. Let me keep it close, give myself a chance, and 6 has definitely done that here today. All right, some more output. Look at that high middle stack there from Rudy on that AI side on 6. If he's able to get one more good drop in the right spot, he's got a chance. But at the moment, he's really just prioritizing getting everything out of the way, finishing strong as far as board clear goes. There's a good garbage drop. Let's see where it hits. Not quite in the way to get it, so he's just got to get this board cleared, is really what it looks like it's coming down to from his side. All right, 2 left, 1 left, just the yellows. A quick flip to make sure he doesn't accidentally clear and waste some time, and 6 finishes up with an 11-12. Again, a good showing from 6, putting out some fantastic times. sub 10 as far as his in-game time, which is what the leaderboard runs off of. But again, Swung too strong this time, just is able to take it out and earns himself the 2nd star and an advancement into the finals. Congrats, Swung. Fantastic matchup there. Well played, 6. Congrats. Thanks for joining the tournament. Thanks for, showing off your game learning skill on a game that honestly, it was not a speed run that 6 knew very long ago. Learned this recently and has put up some fantastic work in a very short time. Congrats to Swung for advancing. He will be in our finals, and we are heading our way over to the other semifinal match. Gonna take a minute to get set up. In the meantime, let's head back over to our bracket and take a look. Swung over there, too strong, taking out 6. Able to advance here. Floyd and DM Hero both are heading into this 2nd semifinal matchup here shortly. A reminder from our qualifying races, DM Hero and Floyd won games 2 and 1 respectively, at a qualifying time within 1 second of each other. So that is certainly a sign that these 2 runners are very, very close when it comes to ability. Both of these are longtime Dr. Mario runners, so expect to see some great performance out of both of them. And I expect that this one is going to be extremely close for the right to go to that finals match against Swung and take a crack here. So both runners are getting ready here. Stream's getting ready. We are going to kick to that here shortly. One more quick shout out. Congrats, 6, for participating. We love to see that and that action there. So we'll give them just a few moments here to get ready on this next semifinals, but it will be coming to you here quick. Okay, puzzle fans, Tetris Attacker back here with you. League of Puzzle Speedrunners, Dr. Mario 64 2023 tournament. We are winding our way through the bracket here. We just saw Swung and 6 in our 1-4 matchup, and here we go for our 2nd semifinal matchup. Floyd and DM Hero gonna duke it out. The 2 and the 3 seed, who were so very close on time and happen to be physically close in the same place here. We are going to head to that match, and this should be a real good one to see. So we are going to head over to that right now. And like I said, physically in the same place, your eyes do not deceive. You can see 2 people in one of the webcams there. It's 1 webcam, 2 runners, split kinda so you could tell who's who, but that is a fantastic view there. Love to see it. Somehow the 2 of them right next to each other had some of the most even times. So yeah, just old school, were they screen watching kind of accusations? I know, this is a Nintendo 64 game. Anyone who grew up in that era definitely had more than a few, playing with friends, hey, what are you doing watching my screen arguments? So away we go, first match, and we are taking it to this stage 1 already. Nice little setup there by Floyd, getting a quick couple virus lead, but that is going to be near meaningless. Finishing out with the quick kill on that stage 1 AI. That is a lead that might mean something. We'll see how long it takes DM here on how many seconds Floyd's able to pick up here, because in this matchup with these 2 runners as close as they are in skill, that's really going to be the difference is a few seconds. Floyd with a nice little combo there. The 2x4 plus 1, little 9 clear log on that side. Really putting together some good work here on that first stage, getting a lot of that cleared out of the screen, out of the way, and setting up some additional drops that are going to be able to be useful. Going for that lower spot on those yellows to set up a 5 long clear there, and some more drops. Definitely going to end up clearing the whole stage here before the AI has a chance to get high enough. DM Hero, meanwhile, has a little bit high stack on the AI side, but again, the speed with which he's able to clear the board is probably going to end up with a board clear before the AI has a chance to get, a little bit crush killed. Floyd heading into stage 3. We are really cruising here. I told you both of these players had some very close times to each other, and that's proven true. They've had almost exactly the same time, minus that quick kill that Floyd picked up. Has really been the almost the entirety of the difference. Putting together here these early stages and two runners of such similar skill levels, we will expect to see them being very close through their first couple stages as each other, regardless. Floyd sitting here having to wait a little bit to finally get a blue capsule somewhere in there. Makes it out stage 3. DM here putting a couple different things together here. All right. Okay. So a little bit of a technical mix-up. It's actually DM Hero there on the right, and Floyd on the left. So same place. A little bit of seeing who's who here. But yeah, we've got DM Hero taking a quick lead here on Floyd. Floyd finishing out stage 3, both of them in stage 4. At this point, they're so close. It's like someone moving at super speed. It's really just one person. Going so fast it appears to be 2 images. I swear, it's got to be. All right, getting the webcams flipped here so that we are looking at the right half of the same webcam for who's who. DM Hero here ahead, about half a stage lead in this stage 4. Once again, Dr. Mario on one side, Wario on the other, because that's going to make all the difference in the world at this point. I think these are going to be so close. I don't even know what's gonna shake out. One quick kill on either side in one of the later stages is really going to be the deciding factor. Everybody in our puzzle community, all of you love when RNG just becomes an RNG roulette, and who gets the best RNG wins. That's what we love, don't we? And near sync. Floyd making up the difference on DM Hero's lead. And here we go. Stage 5. Heading in nearly together, almost the same virus count. Blow for blow. Oh my goodness. These are definitely gonna come down to one of the more interesting scenarios in my mind. This is gonna come down to someone gonna be within seconds of each other. We're gonna have to look at the race time .gg official time for who wins on one of these. I swear they're going to be that close. But we're going to have a little bit of a backup we might not normally. The two of them in the room may be able to tell us whose race finished first if all else fails. Like the absolute last tiebreaker. Oh, man. Finishing stage 5, and what do you expect? Within literal second of each other. And away we go into stage 6. So this is when we end up getting a little bit of separation based off of RNG. I don't know if we're actually going to get that here in this race, but if we're going to, this is where. So let's see what this stage 6 yields. A little bit of interesting Interesting AI, high setup on Floyd's side. Not quite in the middle of the screen, but a little bit higher. Might have the opportunity to have some favorable drops of some garbage, perhaps play a difference there. Certainly not guaranteed, but definitely possible. If things land in just the right side on that AI side, that will help. Let's see if a little bit more. Floyd's certainly going to be able to finish the board quickly, but might be able to gain a couple extra seconds if that AI gets high enough and is able to get a crush kill instead. Okay, not looking like it's going to happen. Going to end up having to do the stage clear, and it's only going to be a few moments apart. There's the finish on Floyd's side, and there's the finish on DM Hero's side. No joke, within seconds of each other. Into stage 7. What separation? There is no separation. Okay, setting up over here. Neither AI side has really high anything. Quick kill possibilities might exist, or crush kill possibilities might exist, but doesn't really look like a quick kill possibility for either one. Little bit of interesting setup from DM Hero's AI. Might have a chance here, but things are not really going to shake out that way. Oh, suddenly Floyd's AI side has a high center. That's going to be possible if things drop from this next garbage drop. Oh, but they drop right into place. The AI ruined their own setup, like they do. Hey, this isn't PPL. You're not supposed to ruin a good thing for yourself, AI. But guess they did. So both players really moving through. DM Hero's AI is certainly making it look interesting over there, but I don't know if that's going to end up being a crush kill or not. At this point, DM Hero's probably got a chance at it, but I don't know how much time it may or may not save. Floyd's down to 1 and none viruses, finally getting a little bit of separation here in this race. It's not going to be much, but nice placement. DM Hero's AI just wiggling out of all of this and able to finally get it down. That was able to save some time over being able to clear that board the way it was arranged. But a little bit of a lead going into stage 8. We'll see. A quick kill can make the difference here. Neither one ends up with a very high start board, but some good favorable drops could be the difference here. If someone's able to get a quick kill, or at least a quick-ish kill setup, a crush kill from either one of these players, they're going to keep it close enough that even if it's not a true quick kill, a crush from either one of their AI opponent's side will probably make the difference. They are that close to each other. Both of them currently sitting at the same virus count. We're literally going to come down to who gets that number to 0 first, unless a crush happens. A little bit high on Floyd's Rudy. Not really enough to threaten. A little bit there on DM Hero's Rudy. The right drops from some garbage could come into play here. Let's see. Where's it all going to shake down to? A little bit high on DM Hero's side. What's it going to shake out to? What's it going to do? Not much left. Floyd's going to be able to try to get the clear. DM Heroes essentially just got to throw down, and Floyd, it looks like, got it. Yes. Got that last chain to finish it off. DM Hero really needed Rudy to help out, and then that last clear, and Rudy's not even going to let it finish that close. Very close there at the end. Floyd got a little bit better setup on the beginning and middle section of that last stage. DM Hero really needed some luck with the drops. It didn't quite shake out that way. And there we go, round 1 of the books. And that was, yeah, that was close. I wasn't wrong. Here we go. Here we go. 10:42 official finish time for Floyd. And that will put the first star over there. All right. That was fantastic. Give me 2 more of those. Let's go. Runners are getting set up for race 2. They're going to ready up here any minute, and we are going to jump straight into race 2 on this. Let's let it be as close as the last one, because that was fantastic. Love it. Okay, counter, timer's counting down. Runners are ready. Everybody's queued up. And there's a start from both of them there. Looks like there is a slight stream delay difference between them, in spite of them being in the same room, but not too terrible. This will be coming right down to the wire at some couple stages. We'll just see if it comes down to the wire on the final stage, the one that matters. Floyd setting up quite a bit of attack here. Really high center for DM Hero's AI opponent. Doesn't look like it's going to be something that he's going to be able to take advantage of any faster than just clearing the board. So board clear it is. Again, so few viruses, especially on this first stage, that getting a crush kill has got to take a very specific setup. Otherwise, it's just going to be faster to just clear everything out, like DM Hero just did. Floyd just did right behind. Again, very little difference. Set up here for some quick combo garbage. DM Hero doing the same. Interesting placement on Floyd's AI side for some of that combo garbage. Could be a chance at something here if enough of it's able to land in the right spots. DM Hero's AI is definitely landed odd, but is going to be able to get the board clear well before the AI gets high enough to make any difference. Just waiting on that last blue, and boom, there goes DM Hero with the early lead. But Floyd is not very far behind. One more blue, and there we go, inside of 5 seconds of each other. Alright, the initial setup. Combo spam right there from DM Hero. 2 sets. That yellow landing right on top of the blues on his AI side has the chance to be interesting if he can get some additional drops in weird places. Looks like the middle of the board's a bit too open on Floyd's side for the AI. Really just moving quickly to try and get everything out of here. DM Hero's got a chance to clear this out right here. Yeah, that's just going to be a clear. The AI just with the one extra little drop just burned some seconds just because. AI is jerk. That is true on any puzzle game. Sometimes all they want to do is burn time. They're not even trying to win. They're just trying to waste your time. But DM Hero still first to get into stage 4 here. Again, Floyd keeping it close, not far behind. This one is not, through the first few stages, is not as close as last time was, even with that quick kill. The difference got evened out pretty soon. This one, DM Hero's maintaining that few seconds lead. But we saw those late stages, 5 seconds might be the difference, but it might not matter. RNG, we love you, we hate you. Incoming randomness. You are Puzzle. Okay. Floyd getting worked through here. About 9 viruses left as DM Hero finishes that stage. So about a half stage lead for DM Hero right now. Definitely cruising through, but a quick half stage for Floyd. Not wasting any time getting caught back up there. Dropping a few things here on an attack. No clear route to a AI crush right here for DM Hero, and a slightly unfavorable drop for the garbage coming that way, but working around it without too much issue. There we go, cleared it out, back on track. Little bit of potential here on Floyd's side for some shenanigans against the AI. Nice little tuck there, preventing any drop time. Gonna end up with a board clear almost certainly, way faster than any AI clear here either. Not really a whole lot of crush kill potential from the last few stages from either of these players, but they are putting on a clinic on how to make sure you get these cleared as quickly as possible. Alright. DM Hero is in. About 5 seconds behind is Floyd. Both players really getting into these late stages right around the same time as each other, keeping within range, within striking distance. If anything comes up, either one of them is in position to take care of it. A little bit of a lead still on DM Hero's side as far as virus count. Floyd definitely not very far behind. That high stack on DM Hero's AI not really going to come into play. High stack on Floyd's side, potential but unlikely, especially with that red dropping right where it needs to. Both of them going for the full clear once again, and it looks like DM Hero got a really quick full clear here, and there's some unfortunate garbage drops on Floyd's side. I think Floyd's going to lose a little bit of ground here. But not too much. Just yellows, game, please. Does yellow exist? Okay, there we go. Is yellow a color that exists? Yes, it is. Eventually it showed up. All right. Little bit of time lost there by Floyd, but not too much. Definitely walking into these last 2 stages with a chance still. Now, let's see how any of this shakes out. DM Hero trying to set some stuff up, but none of it's really yielding any garbage blocks on the opponent's side at the moment. All of it's landing and being in some decent placement, but not really doing damage. That was not the most favorable garbage drop against him either. That opening there may have closed some of the gap. Much of that was RNG, though I'm not sure. I'm not sure what extra DM Hero could have done around any of that to really get some more damage in. Might have been able to have some more damage output and prevent some of that AI clear. But it looks like Floyd may have closed the gap. Seems to be a little bit more favorable board to be able to clear a little bit quicker. Again, AI Crush is not really coming in on either board at the moment, though I say that right as Floyd's AI gets pretty high. Not enough to make too much difference. Floyd's got 4 viruses to 8 with a little bit better board clear scenario. Tuck in there for that yellow. Get in there for the blues. Gonna go horizontal on the blues, maybe? Yeah, I think horizontal on the blues is what is going to end up happening here. Is what Floyd's setting up for. Not going to be too much of a difference, though. Hasn't really got what he wants. And DM Hero clears that out first. A little bit unfortunate as far as the capsule luck from Floyd and what looks to be a lead swap didn't end up materializing. Definitely closed the gap, coming in a few seconds closer than he was, but Floyd is still behind DM Hero by a touch. Let's see how all of this starts to shake loose. If there's a chance for either of them to get a crush kill, then it's going to be the big difference here, but I don't see it materializing for either of them yet. Neither of them's really going super hard on a big wave of garbage, but as their garbage output starts going through, maybe something will fall in the right place. Alright, Floyd putting a fair amount more. DM Hero's side starting to shape up as something ugly for his AI. That might be usable. AI's having to immediately drop vertical to get some of this, so continued pressure might make the difference here. Ooh, okay, but still not quite doing it. Floyd's a little bit ahead on viruses, but only just. I don't know that DM Hero's side is going to materialize into that crush to save the time. It certainly could. If he keeps up the pressure, he's got a chance. But that's really what it's going to take right now. Floyd's got a great setup going. Is he going to get the crush? I don't know. Floyd got in there first. Wow. Floyd got in there first, was able to get the clear. DM Hero, for the second race in a row, had an AI just teasing up at the top for a crush and just never quite went down in time. Those were really tight. Final times, by the way, Floyd at a 9:54, DM Hero at a 10:11. Yeah, we thought it'd be close. It was close. That's for sure. Yeah, and that means the star goes to Floyd. That's 2 stars. That's the win. There's the semifinals. That was so close. So close on both races. Just what we wanted to see. A nice close run. Floyd needs to bring a little bit of that magic here soon as we head our way over to the finals in just a few moments as well, though. GG's, Floyd. You made it to the finals. Thanks, DM Hero, for putting up some fantastic matches. Those were great to watch. We are heading back. Let's take a look at this bracket. Floyd won 2-0 in one of the closer 2-0s you'll ever see. Swang won 2-0 on 6, who put up a reasonably good fight, but Swang too strong. And here we go. Now we're all set up for our final match. Swang versus Floyd. We're going to take a quick break while we get that all set up and get the runners ready. We will be back at you shortly with Swang versus Floyd for our finals for our Dr. Mario 64 2023 League of Puzzle Speedrunners tournament. All right, welcome back, League of Puzzle Speedrunners Dr. Mario 64 2023 tournament. We have reached the finals of our bracket here. Swang took a commanding 2-0 win through the semifinals. Floyd took an extremely tight 2-0 win through the semifinals, and they have arrived here to face each other. As a note, the winning times from their races were all within a cluster of about 20 seconds, all of it high nines. So these times are all going to be real close to each other. I'm expecting this to be a fantastically close match. Quick programming note for you all. This is a little bit of a change from our semifinals, which were a best of 3. We are now a best of 5 for our finals. So this is going to be multiple matches coming our way, minimum of 3 matches. So buckle up. This is going to be a fantastic look into these 2 runners taking it here. We are getting all set up, ready to go here in just a few minutes. So without too much further ado, let's head over and take a look at our runners streams. And okay, we are almost ready here. So we are bringing you your Dr. Mario 64 2023 League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tournament Finals between our number 1 qualifier, Swang, and our number 2 qualifier, Floyd, right now. Here we go. Both runners getting set up, both runners ready to go. Best of 5, and this is gonna blaze through. Both of these runners have put up some fantastic times, so let's see where this shakes out. Some real close match through the first few stages, I suspect. Timers coming on down, and there we go. Both runners have begun. Looks like there is a little bit of a stream delay, about looks like 6 seconds. Swang is in the future from Floyd. We'll see if that makes a difference as we come down. But they are very, very close anyway. Swang getting it started on Wario here on this stage 1. Floyd again using Wario, so he's starting off against Dr. Mario here on stage 1 as well. Both of them getting a little bit of garbage output on their opponents. Both of them doing those little tuck moves to minimize the drop. Swang just needs that yellow to show up. There he goes. And he is through stage 1. Floyd finishing up as well. 37 seconds on the in-game timer for Swang, 36 for Floyd, so slightly faster on Floyd's side so far. Again, that couple second stream delay. These are truly neck and neck right here. Definitely as tight as the last couple matches that we saw that were right up against each other. We're going to be seeing a lot of that. Look at that setup down underneath. Just setting up for the perfect tile and then moving on to go do other things and just wait for it to show up. Swang putting that all together. A lot of ammunition all set up on Floyd's side to start dropping a lot of garbage. Let's see how that lands against his AI. Okay, finally got that set up after how long from Swang's side that he had set up that log that was in place for how long. Get those yellows. Come on. There's some yellows for Swang. Got him out of there. Just finishing up, and not very far behind is Floyd, and he ended up getting that AI crush, saving a little bit of time, keeping this right up at neck and neck. All right, putting together another quick setup and attack here on Swang's side. A little bit of a longer drop for that attack, but he's got another one following right behind. A little bit of unfortunate hit from the counter attack from the AI there. Bit of a setup here on Floyd's side to get some strikes in. Not really able to put a lot of garbage output, but really focusing on clearing some of this. He's got a good setup to be able to get in on that lower. There you go, dropping those blues. Really waiting to get the red because he wants those yellows that are set up the way he needs to stay there. Interesting that he didn't drop that yellow in. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get that all in one swoop. It works out right there. Swang takes a little bit of a small lead. Floyd maybe could have gotten that a little bit quicker there at the end, but still within a couple seconds of each other. Definitely keeping it close, setting up a couple attacks here. A little bit of a higher initial board setup over on Floyd's side, the kind of thing that with the right luck might be something that someone might be able to get a crush kill over there, but we'll see where his garbage happens to land. Most of it's landing over there, creating a pillar on that AI's far right side. Gonna create an issue for that AI, but I don't think it's in crush kill territory at the moment unless something lands just right on some of these garbage drops. We'll see if it's able to shake loose. Meanwhile, Swang is almost completely done already, just doing a board clear on his side. Floyd's got a bit more work to do to get his board clear, but is still in pretty good shape to do it quickly. No arrangements too terribly strange. Swung taking a bit of a lead here into stage 5. Getting everything set up. Not getting a ton of luck with the garbage drops, but just working on getting that board cleared as fast as possible. Floyd lost a decent amount of time there on the back end of stage 4. Gonna need to find a way to make it up. Look at that beautiful multi-drop there from Swang. Really getting everything set up in a way where he can drop more of it in a minute. The AI is very high on his opponent's side, but mostly to the sides. Not really a threat to get a crush over there. So he's making sure he gets all this done, just needs the blue. Of course, the AI does a little quick garbage drop, wastes a little bit of time. There we go, there's the stage clear. Out of 5 for Swang. And we're only about 5 viruses left on Floyd's side. He's going to get those cleared out right away. Made up a little bit of time there, I think. Keeping him within about 10 seconds. Definitely surmountable, especially as we approach these last 3 stages. Let's see how this RNG starts to shake out. We haven't really had anybody get lucky and make it through a quick kill on this yet, but that can definitely make the difference. A little bit of the offset yellow log there on Swang's side. Let's see what he's got setting up here. A little bit of a high side on Floyd's AI. Cleared some of that out. If he's able to get some good garbage falls to land, that red on top of those blues and the blue on top of the reds, all of that can help. If he can keep his output out, he might be able to get a crush here and save a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Swang's setting a couple things up himself for his board clear, which he should be able to get to in a second here. And oh, the AI might get to all of that on Floyd's side. Still got that the couple high columns, but there's really not going to be able to make a difference. And got some good garbage drops out of that. Unfortunate for Floyd that all of that just happened to shake down the way that it did. Going to be able to still get the board clear here pretty quick. Not lose any time, but unfortunately the tantalizing opportunity to gain some time just slipped away there with the randomness. Just choosing not to help him out. Swang going into stage 7 here. On cruise control, just making his way through. A couple unfavorable drops from the garbage are not going to help him there. But he's able to set up around them, and he's using them for some drops. There you go. That's a great drop. Clears out a lot of that garbage that he didn't need. Clears the center of his board. He's going to be able to stage clear here pretty quick. And that's what he's going to need to do on his side. Ooh, that was an interesting drop on Floyd's AI. He might get lucky here on the way the AI is going to drop something for some quick kill action. It's certainly going to impede the AI's ability to drop anything on him, which is good. Oh, if that had landed in the right spot, he would have had it. If he gives one more garbage set here, he's got a chance. There we go. As Swang finishes up his side, finishes his board. Floyd had 3 shots there. None of them hit where he needed. He kind of needed it in that column. He got one more shot, and that did it. So there's the clear. Saves himself a couple of seconds. Again, there was right in his reach. If the luck had fallen just the right way, he could have gotten some more. And that is a little bit of the game that you play here on these story modes, is you're really trying to hope to get the best luck possible when some of those shake out. Swang's a little bit ahead, but not too terribly far. Floyd's in striking distance. Swang gets some drops here. High stacks on Floyd's AI side. That's some danger if he can get things to drop right. Swang's a bit ahead as far as board clear goes. If it comes down to that, it looks like Swang will probably take it, barring any catastrophic drops from the AI's garbage. Floyd's putting out a lot of output as far as garbage goes, trying to see if he can get something to shake loose for a crush over there. Swang's really focusing on trying to get things out of the way. He's getting some garbage output as well, but not as much. Floyd's real high stack there on the AI, and he got it. There we go. Floyd got the crush there on stage 8, which is absolutely a huge time save anytime you can get it, and he got it at a great time. He was far enough behind on the stage clears, he wasn't going to be able to make up the difference. And look at this, Swang finishing up with a 9:48. Fantastic time, and would have won a lot of the races that we've seen so far. And that's the difference there. Floyd able to get that crush on that final stage. His final time, 9:29. I believe that's the second fastest time that we saw all day, and certainly impressive. Nice little clap from Swang as Floyd earns the first star, and he takes this finals up 1-0 to make it a little bit closer into hand. He's got to get 3, he's got 1. Both runners enjoying themselves here, clearly putting on a show. Look at those times. Just, once again, two great runners facing off, and suddenly the times just start dropping as both of them just really put their A game on. Oh, both runners getting ready here. Both runners taking it away, and let's go. Race number 2 is underway. Both runners, again, starting out strong, putting a lot of pressure on the AI to keep the pressure off of them. Swang getting a little unfortunate luck as far as drops in these early stages. Sometimes the fact that there is drops is enough to be unfortunate luck, but he's putting enough pressure on to get through. And once again, in-game timer, Swang and Floyd are within a second of each other leaving stage 1. Stage 2, here we come. Swang's got quite a bit of setup here for garbage. A little bit of a high stack scenario. Might throw some of this down, see what shakes down. Floyd, a little bit of a high stack on his opponent's side too. If he's able to get some garbage output, maybe it'll land in the right spots. Not super well set up to be able to get a lot of chances at it, but he has it. Swang gets it. Another stage 2 quick kill for him, and that's really going to put him in a great spot going into stage 3 and down the rest of this fight. Floyd's AI really just teasing the top of the screen there. Probably not going to end up being there. Probably going to end up having to just be a board clear, and it is. Heading in there, but Swang's got the early lead thanks to that quick kill. Nice little tuck there for Swang, getting some of these falls out of the way so that they're not taking up a lot of time, and making quick work of this board. And through stage 3 in a flash. Floyd, meanwhile, over here working on a couple different drops, trying to clear this board as quickly as possible. Clearly not in a scenario where he's feeling like the crush is available, so he's just trying to get everything off of this board, using that great speed and board vision to set all of that up. Swang doing the same on his side, Getting a couple of drops over here to see if it's able to get something. A high left column side on his AI. Spells some trouble for the AI, but I don't know that that's going to materialize quickly enough to make a difference for Swan. He's probably going to be able to get the full board cleared before that comes into play. Floyd finishes off number 3 here. Meanwhile, Swang's got that nice little T, that blue T set up over there. But he's going to hold it for the moment and set up some more carry down. Okay, he's going to use it there. He didn't quite have enough yellows show up and didn't want to wait more time on it. Getting some of these yellows out of the way, and he's going to make quick work of finishing off this stage 4. Floyd setting up a couple things, dropping some garbage over here. A little bit of a low board in general on his AI side, so he's going to try and clear out as fast as he can. And he's already making quick work. Less than 10 left. Swan goes into stage 5. Both players cruising under 4 minutes into stage 5 for Swan. Definitely quick. This is about the pace he was on that in the qualifying match when he put up that sub 9. Lot of yellow going on there. He's kind of committed to the double yellow for that, and he's blocked it off. He's going to go build a platform, go horizontal, committed himself to the red-blue combo. Let's see how long it takes for that to show up. Working on a couple things. There it is. He's got some down-the-line options here. That took a little bit slow forming to get that set up, but once he's got it, it kind of cleared out pretty quick. And now he's only got 3 viruses left. All of them blue, unfortunately, so every blue that shows up, he's only really able to use in one place. But he's able to drop that in, clear stage 5, and Floyd is about halfway into his stage 5. Working on a couple options. High right side there on the AI, not really going to do a whole lot. Unless some things drop really favorably for him. Interesting tower he's setting up there in the middle. He's got to be waiting for something very specific. Okay, he's got the blue-yellow that he wants. Get rid of some of these blues over here on the side, and he's going to be able to get that cleared out here relatively quick. Pretty high tower there in the center is making things interesting, but not too awkward, and he's able to work around that just fine. Swang's, meanwhile, blazing through stage 6 over here. High AI side, but he's making such quick work of the board. I think he's going to get a board clear before the AI is going to be a problem, especially with the way that setup is. Going to have some garbage coming his way. Let's see if he's able to knock down a couple garbage attacks that happen to drop just the right way. That could happen, but again, I was right. That speed, he's just going to go for a board clear and just get it out of the way here. Very thankful right there that garbage didn't land in a very unfavorable spot. One more set of garbage from the AI might have gotten in his way, but it did not. He's able to clear out, and that finishes stage 6. Floyd's over here on stage 6 as well, just starting to mop up, getting the last couple things in place to get some of that cleared. He needs some yellows. Once again, you run into these scenarios where you just need a specific color and the game just really doesn't want to give it to you for a little while. Look at all the blues and reds that have shown up, and he just needs some yellows. Just needs some yellows to move on. Oh! The quick of quick kills over there from Swang on stage 7, and he's heading into stage 8 at about 7 minutes. The look of surprise even on Swang's face. He knew that there was a chance. He obviously took some shots and, want to put the AI in a bad position, but I don't think he could have drawn that up any better or any quicker. That was amazing. Setting up some attacks over here. It doesn't look like he's in a quick kill scenario, but he is so far ahead on time that he just needs to clear everything out as quickly as possible. He's going to end up with a fantastic time anyway. Stage 7, late enough, that would have dragged on for a little while before he'd been able to clear it. That quick kill really making a difference there. He's clearing some of this out. He is down to he's down to 11 viruses. This isn't going to take him too long to get through here. He's not really in a position where bad drops could get him unless they're the trolliest of bad drops. This is really, that quick kill just made such a huge differential here. Just really dropped him in such a great position. Floyd, meanwhile, setting up some attacks over here that are gonna take a little while to go. He's got that really high left side that he's using to bring it down, but it's not gonna make a difference. There's the finish. Swung with another sub 9, this time at 8:26. He got a pretty quick kill on stage 2 and the quickest of quick kills on stage 7, and it carried him along with his speed on the rest of those stages to what a fantastic time. 8:26 is just frankly astounding. Floyd looks over and sees that the race is already over and just says, no need to play this out. What a time. Swang just showing off. That was impressive. And there's the star for Swang, making this a 1-1 match. And this is what we wanted here in the finals, and this is what we got. Some fantastic play from both. Even on tech in the back here, Cards of the Heart saying this was absurd. Yeah, that's a word. Absurd is the word for that. That was ridiculous. Wow. Just putting together, got beat out by the crush kill on Floyd on that game 1, and put together just a masterpiece there in game 2 with a couple of quick kills. One of the best quick kills I've seen in a long time in any game, honestly. In that stage 7, timely and fantastic and fast. That was great, and here we go already into game 3. Best of 5 matchup. Swang on the left, our number 1 seed, with another sub 9. Put up the 2 fastest times we've seen in this tournament. Floyd on the right, put up some fantastic times, some timely matches, and some good luck has helped him. And he's been in position to take advantage of that luck. And if it comes his way, he's going to keep taking advantage of it. So we'll see how this shakes out. Game 3, here we go. And look at that. Look at that crush kill. Quick kill over there on stage 1. How seldom does that happen? Floyd with the early lead. But Swang got through that stage so fast that it's barely making a difference. Floyd's in-game timer is probably 10 seconds ahead of Swang. Early leads. Setting up a couple different things here, and he's got quite a bit of ammunition to just unload here. Doesn't end up doing as many of the combos because he's opting for the arrangements that are a little bit more optimal to clear everything off of the board. He's still certainly putting out some garbage output, but he's going for board clear optimization versus maximizing the amount of damage he can do, which I think is certainly smart, and it's treated him well so far, and it seems to be treating him well here. He's going to get this board clear here in just a moment. The AI happened to have too many of those colors line up. If he had been going for a crush, he would have been a little bit in trouble. Come on, game, give him some reds. Do you have red? Okay, there you go. And Swang is able to pick some of that time back up, and they are essentially neck and neck. That early stage 1 quick kill not making too much of a difference. Again, those late stage quick kills are really that big swingy RNG difference there. We just saw that in game 2. We'll see if it shakes out in any of the remaining games. Swang setting up a couple different things here. Going for some combo, but he's already got this board so much cleaned up that there's not going to be a whole lot of need for any of that in order to finish here. He's going to get a board clear well before the AI has an issue. Same on Floyd's side. He's definitely got Swang rethinking that over there. Okay. Love to see runners, you can kind of almost read their thought process. He's decided to set up this way, which will be a little bit quicker. I think Floyd made up some time there, but not too much. Again, they're keeping right next to each other. knowing where to put those combos so that they are able to maximize that speed timing and really bring some of that down is paying off for both of these runners, where they're taking the time to not do an immediate clear with a slow clear afterwards. They're doing 2 medium clears, but together, making it extra fast, really showing off the skill and experience that both of them have here. Look at that setup over on Swong's side, really setting up a nice set of drops, and they're even in such a great formation to lead to some additionals after that. Floyd in a great shape here, being able to drop some more. Neither one of them has an AI real high on the side, so we're going to probably get board clears on both sides. Looks like we definitely have that on Swong. And, oh yeah, just the thing he needed right there. Drops the last one in. He's out of stage 4 even faster. That was really quick for a full board clear. Had some favorable arrangements, took advantage of them in the best way possible. Floyd's really not too far behind. That yellow down underneath is going to take him a little bit to dig out, though. So he's going to lose a little bit of time in that regard. Got a clear that didn't involve any viruses. Those are always interesting. So he's working on digging out that yellow. Gonna lose some time here while Swong is in stage 5, hoping to lose no time at all. Putting a couple of things together here. Not really focusing too much on garbage drop, but getting a couple of them anyway. And he's down to 10 viruses, and he's just gonna blaze through, clearing all the rest of this. He's gonna get dropped on a little bit. Not too terrible, though the yellow over there on the side is gonna be annoying for him. He may come up from the bottom to clear that out, or just, he's got no more yellows on the board, he may just end up clearing those. Setting up his reds for the later drop, gonna platform in that horizontal blue and drop from there. Got one more coming down in. A lot of blue on his board. He's gonna finish up here stage 5. Meanwhile, right about in the middle of stage 5 is Floyd. Working on getting a couple drops. He's got some interesting block arrangements over here. That garbage drop doesn't hurt him too badly, thankfully, but he's still not really in a position to clear this too soon. This is getting a little bit more favorable as he goes. He's dropping a few more things in here. But he's definitely going to need some good luck and to be able to, use his skill to take advantage of that, which we've definitely seen him be able to do. So we'll see how this shakes out as we're entering stage 6 and past where we really get the RNG difference here. Swong putting on a clinic once again. Nice little tuck there with the 8 line and some combos, so he's really putting some pressure on the AI to stay off of him, and he still got hit on a counterattack anyway. Luckily, that yellow over there on the side isn't going to impact him too badly. He'll just tuck something in. It's still going to be a little bit annoying and in his way on these reds, and what does he do? He just works right around it, gets exactly what he needs. You see the little head shake. Yeah, I got what I wanted right away. Didn't have to wait on it. Was able to get in there and take care of that. Little bit of drop right there to finish the whole thing off. Fantastic finish move there on stage 6. Floyd's right there, again, once in the middle of the stage behind. He's setting up a few different options here, really trying to put together some quick hits. He's got to get some luck as far as a quick kill. Honestly, at this point, that's really what's gonna help him as a crush. That's what got him through on stage 1, and that's what took Swong through on the other stage. So that may be the difference here in this mode with runners at this caliber. It's just who gets the luck as far as a high stack. He's got a little bit of high stack on his opponent here, but a little too late. He's just going to be able to go through and blaze his way through, get a yellow, get it done, and he's through stage 6 into 7. Swong's setting up, and his AI is already pretty high. He's hitting it hard with more garbage, and that's perfectly placed. What he needs right there in the middle. Oh no. That turned into a big counterattack and cleared out a lot. Let's see if the AI can get what it needs to be able to clear out of here. That high stack in that 5th column is really right up in the gut, in the heart of everything, and just up the gut, and going to be a problem for the AI navigating around it. But I don't know that it's going to create a quick kill over here, or even a crush kill, unless something falls just right. Once again, Swung having to revert back to just his plain old, ho-hum, let's do this fast speed. Put all of that together here, and he's just going to knock all that out, get out of this stage in a very solid time overall. No quick kill here, just pure speed on regular clears, and he's got another board clear, and he's into stage 8. About half a stage ahead. Floyd may have made up a little bit of time there. We'll see how this shakes out as far as his side goes, but he's going to need some help. Oh no. Oh no, Swung. That did not land where he wanted it to. He's able to make the cleanup, but then the garbage drop is really complicating things. Okay, he got that yellow-red flipped around. He was able to get that cleaned up, get out of the way. But he lost a little bit of time having to clean up his own mess on that one. See if he's able to stay out of trouble here. His AI side's starting to get a little bit of a high center pillar. That's a possibility here for something if Floyd's able to have as much output as he's really setting up, because he is setting up a fair amount of attacks. If they're able to land just right, he might have something of a chance on that, but he's also got to be able to clear quickly because he might not get that AI clear. Meanwhile, Swung's setup is not really looking too favorable. It's a little ugly at times, but he's making it work. Making some of those garbage drops drop where he needs to. Floyd's in the lead, though, on viruses, though, and may be able to maintain this lead. He's on a much cleaner-looking board right now. Does not have the advantage, the AI advantage that Swung's side has, and Swung's AI is really mucking it up. This might make the difference. Oh, the garbage actually helped the AI burn a little bit of time there. Floyd's got to hurry. That AI kill might happen here. The crush is coming. Swung got it. Every time that crush looked like it was going to happen, it didn't. And then it finally materialized, and Floyd really just burning and churning through, just did not have enough time to get those last couple things cleared out. And again, the crush is what decides it. That came down to that once again, and if not for that crush landing where it needed, and a couple of those garbage drops actually almost cleared the garbage on the AI side out of the way, Floyd almost certainly would have taken that, but Swung ended up getting it. 10-13 final time there, a 10-32 on Floyd's side. A little bit longer race, but that brings all the more drama, and Swung gets the second star. Another fantastic race coming down to the wire. More drama as the game is really the decider here. We joke about it in our PPL and Tetris Stack tournaments. The real winner is the game. Well, guess what? Those games aren't alone. Dr. Mario 64 proven that their versus story mode is kind of playing by that same rulebook. Floyd is down to his chance here. He's got to win to extend this to a 5th game. Swung is on championship point here. If he can win this one, it is his. Let's see how this shakes out. And the runners are away on game 4. All right, putting together a quick early attack here on Swung's side. He's got a few things going for him. He's definitely going to end up with the board clear. Floyd is over on his side, also working on a board clear, a little bit messier looking board, but he's making it work well enough. I think that might have initially been the opposite, here's the capsule I want, but opposite actually on Floyd's side, but he's working his way around it. I think he's going to go horizontal on those reds. He's not. He's going to clear the top part and then go horizontal on the reds. Lining up enough blues. He just needs another red. Once again, the game's saying, I don't know that color. I've never seen it in my life. Swung getting all set up over here on his stage 2. Not a lot of action as far as AI being too close to the top. So he's definitely going for a full clear, board clear once again. which he's proven that he's definitely able to be plenty fast and be able to win that way. Most of stage or game 3 was certainly him doing just that. He wasn't able to keep it completely up, and then at the end there, it ended up being who got the crush kill that made the difference. Speaking of, Floyd over on his side, and there's the difference on lead change. Here we go. Crush kill, quick kill on that one. Very nice. Putting that together, he needs a little bit more of that to make sure he can nail it down. These runners are neck and neck once again. Getting cleared out over here on Floyd's side. A lot of setup over here on Swong's side, being able to drop quite a bit of garbage. I don't know that that board's high enough for it to be able to make a difference in getting all this. He's just going to have to get it all cleared out. Down to 2 on Floyd's side. He's going to get this board clear first. A lot of drop time, though. Got a little bit of that garbage right there. Unlucky, and that just burned some time as well. He got out first, but not nearly as much as he could have. And here we go into stage 4. Both runners staying inside of striking distance of each other. Neither one of them going to pull away anytime soon from the looks of it. It's really going to come down to those last 3, maybe even just the last 2 stages once again. Just like we've seen all tournament, especially if the runners are at very similar skill levels, which it appears we are getting a just clinic of people right at the top of the game here, all at the same time. Some interesting AI layout. That blue over there on the far side on Floyd's AI might prove to make this an AI clear possible, or a crush possible. We'll see what the random shakes out. Nope. The AI got plenty of colors right where it needed, and Floyd's just going to have to settle for a very fast clear of the board. But guess what? Swong's clear of the board was a little bit faster, and that's another minor lead change. Both of them essentially tied still, within mere seconds of each other. Both of them entered here in-game timers at 3:10. Their in-game timers were tied going into stage 5. You don't get closer than that. A lot of setup from Floyd's side. Looking to be able to unload quite a bit here when he gets the right blocks. There's the start of it. There's some more. I don't know that any of that's really looking like it's going to fall. Oh! And Floyd once again falling victim to the, but opposite actually, capsule configuration. He's able to clear that out. Didn't do any lasting damage, but it did waste a little bit of time and a little bit of opportunity to hit the opponent quicker. Swong and Floyd both have fallen victim to that a little bit here. Swong is going to have to get creative and come up from the bottom, or he gets the right colors and clears from the top. He's able to get out of his stage 5 relatively quickly here. Floyd's going to be a little bit behind, lose a little bit of ground, but stay well within striking distance. Okay, a couple of yellows are going to do the job. There we go. Had to wait too long for the yellow, but not too terribly long. Putting together here in Swong's stage 6. That blue is not where he wanted that to be, but I think he can work around that just fine. Yep, he's going to tuck some stuff in underneath. A very nice tuck all the way up and under. That was very nice. Got right where he needed it to go. Changing his mind very late in the placement on that one, but it worked out pretty well. More drops from Swong's side. Floyd's AI is a little bit high over here. If he's able to get some output in the right places, he's got a chance. Let's see if he's able to get his garbage output to land in the right place. Looks like Swong's AI is going to be a little bit high here too. Okay, got the color it needed. It's able to clear out. That's not really looking like it's going to be an option, at least not quickly enough. And that's a lot of drops that the AI is going to be dropping on him. Nice job on his game tucking some of these in. Still able to do a lot of work, but Floyd's definitely taking the advantage on this one. He just needs some, there we go. He just needs some blues. They just need to show up and he's fine. Look at all of those yellows and reds, just a column right up the middle of the board. Game refusing to give him the color he needs, but still definitely a fast round. Made up time, swung the lead. Swong's getting a little bit of bad luck as far as drops here from the AI. He still doesn't have. There's the yellow he needs. So Floyd heading into stage 7 with a bit of a lead. Let's see if he's able to maintain that. Putting together what he needs here. That's a high-ish left side on the AI. Not necessarily something that's going to result in a crush kill, but certainly something to keep an eye on. Floyd's going to keep the pressure on here. Nice job tucking that in underneath the yellows to make sure that he didn't have to deal with the drop time of the residual. Anytime you can avoid it, that's great. He's doing a great job of this. Definitely high, but not super dangerous on his AI side. He's just going to have to clear this out. Both of these runners multiple times have not been able to get the crush kill on the other side, so they've reverted to their skill level when it comes to other modes and just clear the board as quickly as possible. Again, that's the core mechanic of Dr. Mario. With this extra little bit thrown on top of dealing with your garbage and dealing with garbage on the AI side to try and get some quick kills. Both of them showing the core competency is really what's taking them this far here. A lot of ammunition over there on Floyd's side. High 5th column there on the AI. That's got some possibilities. Let's see if he's able to get some of his garbage to land in the right places. Honestly, he's keeping up the attack here. I don't know that it's going to matter. He's built up enough of a lead. It would definitely need a very quick kill over on Swong's side to be the difference. Floyd is able to put together enough of a lead here, tucked that in, really put out some output. Anything land on that 5th column? No dice. So he's going to get almost certainly the board clear, and I don't see Swong having anything here that's really going to threaten quickly enough. It looks like this is going to be Floyd's. It is. We go. Swong getting his finished up as well. Both of them finishing sub 10. Swong's 9:58, solid time. Would have won a lot of the matches we saw today, but Floyd's 9:29. The first match of this finals that we've seen that didn't really hinge on anybody's quick kill. It just was essentially Floyd outplaying on just board clears. A little bit different in luck and definitely played a little better on all of those. Gets Floyd the 2nd star. And what do you know? The best of 5 goes to game 5. I don't think any of us would want it any other way with the way these players have been playing. All right, get out your deciders and let's just see what happens here. Timers have started, runners are going, and away we go, game 5. Right, early opening on both runners. putting together solid openings, not necessarily getting exactly what they need, but making use of what they've got in such a skilled way, able to put a lot of pressure on each other so far this match, and it seems to be continuing to be able to clear boards quickly. The everything is swung on whether or not there's a quick kill, but as we just saw in Game 4, the quick kills don't always materialize, and they're able to clear so quickly near each other, almost the exact same time. Pretty darn close coming out of stage 1. Nice little tuck in there from Swan, getting these initial setups here, putting everything in the places where he wants these to go. A lot of setup over here on Floyd's side, ready to all drop pretty much at once. Didn't quite get the ones he wanted for a steady stream of attacks, but quite a bit going on there. All of that kind of just melting off the board. Very high center there on his AI. He may, with some lucky drops, get something, but I think he might get this board cleared before it makes a difference. Just a couple more viruses left. Unluckily, he got a little bit of garbage dropped on him just to burn some time. And there we go. Floyd makes it out of stage 2, and right behind him is Swan. No one would have expected that any other way. Both of them going in roughly tied. Once again. Alright, Swung. A couple times we've seen him here, have something in the air, start going one way and realize he doesn't like the idea and adjust. That adjusting on the fly has served him well for the most part. But you can kind of see him thinking a couple times about what it is he's going to do and where he's going to put something. Real interesting to watch that thought process form. Got some underneath drops there. Floyd's putting a couple things together. Once again, no apparent quick kill on the horizon for either of them. So this is just going to come down one more stage to who's able to clear out the full stage a little bit quicker. Looks like Floyd's going to get it as Swung gets these last couple blues out of here. Not a lot of difference for either one of them. Going into stage 4, here we go. Another big setup for Floyd. He's got a lot going on that can all kind of crash down at the same time. He's not going super heavy on the drops on the opponent, but he's got quite a few. Swung, on the other hand, just dropped a fair amount here. We'll see where all of that lands. Once again, both of these players, their adjustments from how much they're going to worry about garbage drops on the AI versus how much they're going to clear, barely adjust what they're doing. They're so quick at being able to work those attacks in as part of their normal clearing, so that they're not losing a step. If they, we haven't really seen, barring a final stage, we haven't really seen anyone sell out on dropping as much garbage as possible for a crush. Both of them just simply adding just tiny bits more here or there, and being able to still get plenty of quick clears. Swung gets out of that stage just slightly earlier. Floyd right behind. Swung's in-game timer was 3:34. Floyd's in-game timer was 3:34. These players are tied going into stage 5 again. Again tied going into stage 5. In-game timer, exact match. Like, this is getting insane. The consistency is ridiculous, and I love it. A little bit of an odd setup there. Floyd was able to use that, turn that into some garbage to throw down on the other side. Really starting to lay it on, because there is a lot going on the top of that AI side of the field. I don't know that that's going to turn into anything if the drops don't hit just right. They're doing a fair amount there. That Swung side of the field, that's definitely got a chance, but the AI keeps moving stuff out of the way. I think he may be able to clear... I think both of these runners have very high AI sides, but I think both of them are going to end up doing full clears before the AI actually ends up going down. And there's Swung, able to get his through. Floyd, just a couple blocks behind. Interesting scenario that he's in there with the red. But he's able to get out of there pretty quick. Didn't lose too much time, keeping it close. Early strike over here from Swung. Put together quite a bit of damage on that upper left side of his AI screen, but I don't know that any of that's going to make a difference. Again, we're kind of hunting to see if a quick kill can come in here and change the flow, because the last couple times they've reared their head, they've completely decided the match. That seems to be the nature of this easy story mode, at least. Somewhat unfortunate garbage drops on Swung. But he's able to get around both of them. Neither of them are truly devastating. Floyd, on the other hand, a little bit cleaner looking board. Might be able to make up a little bit of time here. Maybe not too much. But it's certainly going to be close coming out of this round once again. Yep, Floyd cleaning up his last couple here. Swung dropping one in onto the side there on those yellows. And, yep, right in line with each other once again. Looking at in-game timers, it actually looks like Floyd might be slightly ahead as far as in-game time goes, as just an indication of where we're at. But the difference is so small at this point, it really does not matter. We're going to see the AI of these last two stages really be what's going to be deciding here. A little bit of a high AI scenario for both of them, but neither of them real threatening. The AI's got lots of good lineups to be able to get out of a lot of this. Floyd's really dropping a lot of garbage. That has really put that high center. He may be able to get this crush over here. If he keeps pressuring, it might drop, but he's also not going to give up the idea of clearing this board first, because he knows all of that's random. He doesn't want to rely on random. That blue log right there, at least burning some time on the AI side so he doesn't get in his way. Give him some yellows. Yeah, he is going to end up with the board clear before he ends up with any AI issue. The AI right there, if it had gotten the wrong color on Swung's side, he might have gotten a crush, but of course the lineup ended up just the way it was. Swung's going to end up with the board clear first before he's able to get an AI crush, and they enter into the final stage very close to each other. And here we go. It all comes down to the final boss of the stage on the final game 5. Whoever finishes this out first wins it. We got a high side on Floyd. If he's able to put out enough garbage and it lands in the right spots. Okay, he's putting out enough garbage and it's landing in the right spots, but it's the wrong colors. It's not doing damage. It's just clearing out of the way. Swung's really getting some good action as far as getting his board cleared. Floyd's a little bit ahead in that regard. It looks kind of high over there on Floyd's side, but in spite of his early barrage, he was not able to get any traction on getting a quick kill over there. I don't think he's going to be able to get to the crush before he's able to get everything cleared. I think he's going to have to go for a full board clear. He's down to 6. Swung's down to 3. I think this is going to come down to... I think Swung's going to be able to get his colors here first. And he did! Floyd was in just the right position. He dropped plenty of garbage, but all of it just happened to be the wrong colors in the wrong spots and cleared a path for that AI to escape all of that. The finish here, 9:58 for Swung, and there's the finish from Floyd. 10:09. These two putting up some real close times, some real interesting fights here. And at the end, it came down to almost getting the crush. And once again, if Lloyd had gotten that, it would have been the difference, but he did not. Swang had the faster board clear on that particular stage, and that was the difference. Swang takes the 3rd star, and the win, and the championship. Congratulations to Swang, our new League of Puzzle Speedrunners minor tournament champion, winning the Dr. Mario 64 2023 tournament. Congratulations. Throwing a GG's Floyd up in his webcam there. That 958 on a couple different matches would not have been enough. They both were putting up some fantastic times. That just right down the wire on that one. That shook out. Floyd, thank you for giving us a couple of really, really great and entertaining matches. Thanks for participating. Thanks to everyone who participated. All of our bracket finalists, Swan, Floyd, 6, DM Hero, all of you did a fantastic job. Swang is who won it here. Yeah, that was fantastic. I loved every second of that. I'm glad we were able to show off some of the skill that's here in the combined communities of sort. A little bit of the Dr. Mario community coming on over, a little bit of the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, your typical Tetris Attack or Pokemon Puzzle League runners, putting in some work here and really learning some runs together, and a little bit lesser run category, getting some action, getting some fantastic entertainment for all of us today. Big shout out here to our 4 finalists one more time: Swang, Floyd, DM Hero, and 6. Also, shout out to everyone who participated today. A lot of people were able to jump in, either learn this run or dust off this run and participate in our qualifiers. Very much appreciated to all who jumped in. And as always, special shout out on all of these type of tournament and events to Cards of the Heart. He's running tech today and put together all the great production content, quality of content that we've got here, and is busy getting ready for our next upcoming tournament. Tetris Attack is coming your way, folks. There it is. Registration is going to open in February. Not very far away, so keep an eye out for it. I know I will be there. I know, big surprise, Tetris Attacker will be in the Tetris Attack tournament, but I hope to see all of you there as well. Our major tournament is going to be a blast. They always are. I'm glad to be able to help spearhead some of these minor tournaments in between and showcase some of our other games. And these are going to be great events for all of us to take a look in here. So keep an eye out on the Discord. Keep an eye out on the channel. Qualifiers in February, and I believe that means group stages will start in March. So that's certainly going to be a great tournament to look forward to. One last time, big thank you to everyone for participating. I'm going to once again see you all in the major tournament, and I will see you for another minor tournament between tourneys going forward. We're going to try and do one of these each in between and highlight some of the games that get a little bit less attention in our community, so that we can all get a crack at them and get some good entertainment amongst each other. Thanks for everyone who participated. One last time, I am Tetris Attacker. You can call me TA. I will be there at the TA tournament. I hope to see you there as well. For myself, for Cards of the Heart, and all the work that he's done for the League of Puzzle Speedrunners community at large, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed, and happy puzzling.